Oh, well, kiddies, another vital, beloved NPC is down. Did you catch the Mercenaries of Mischief last night? This shit's getting weird over there. Whole world's changing up. Let's see how things play out on Too Many Warlocks.
Front of me here, and they are in no particular order. One extra studious Mr. Penn Wright. Also joining us today is the ever fiery Miss Key3 Tealeaf, and also joining us today is Mr. Richard Bennett, and also joining us today is a fabulous mustache attached to a man known as Guy Botemps. When last we left our heroes, it was dark times, dark tidings, as Calazar Maldismith, beloved drow sorcerer of Avalon Keep, sacrificed himself in an effort to take Mr. Blackwind off the table. Seemingly weakened, Blackwind escaped and sent some ghoulish giants to chase our party down. They were able to rescue Calazar and stabilize him, bring him home, and then have an in-depth discussion about how to proceed further. And in the midst of this discussion, a stranger knocked on the door. This stranger identified himself as one Mr. Regulus Koo, that's C-U. And then the party got decided to have a conversation with Team Mom. So Mr. Regulus Koo just sat in the corner and rolled cigarettes for himself and said, you all got some stuff to work out. It's fine. I'll just hang out over here. You let me know when you're ready to talk again. So if you missed the conversation, please hop into our Discord. It's all detailed there. It happened off camera, so as not to bore you, because we're back into action now.
Many hours later, nothing is resolved.
Yeah, right. There are so many opposing ideas. So Mr. Regulus Koo is just kind of like having a drink, and he rolls a smoke and lights it up every now and then, and he's just, whatever you've done. And we join the game now in progress.
So the sending stone has just been hung up.
Okay. Yeah.
There's smoke pouring off it. I think we should probably stop.
And just canonically, the sending stone be the shape of like one of those old dial-up ringers.
No, like an 80s fucking like an 80s cell phone.
That's even
Pumps audibly.
Getting off this rocky talkie. Okay. So he's just like, so y'all got that sorted out?
For now.
No.
Thank you for reminding me again that I smoke, and I pull out my pipe and light it up.
That's no problem.
Richard's just gonna like grows some tobacco off of him, crushes it, and just puts it into Guy's pipe if he can.
Your friend's got a neat trick. So it's a little late right now.
Armpit, eh?
If you like, y'all can get some rest, and we'll talk about this in the morning.
You come in and drop a bomb like that, and then say, "Oh, go have some sleep," and we talk in the morning. Maybe a minute or two. Now you sort of expound on your position. Eh?
Well, my position is I have a proposition that you all can assist me with after I saw your valiant efforts up on the mountaintop. Maybe we could all get together and end this here giant civil war, because this keeps going on now that the chromatics are involved, as I'm sure you know.
This is something I very rarely ask, because I don't ask a lot of questions. How the hell did you get here so fast?
I'm very speedy, sir. I'm very quick. I'm fastest person among all the people I know.
And also very sneaky, eh? We don't see you there at all, but you see everything we do, eh?
I was watching for him up high.
Richard would like to blast 2 Eldritch blasts just near his feet.
It's just like the looks on everybody's faces right
You're gonna ruin our floor.
Too late. I'm doing it.
Okay.
On the sheet.
All right.
Just
you're
ignore
blasted.
him. He's grumpy when he's tired, eh? You were saying?
Well, that's all right. I understand you guys wanted to have a rest. That's a nice trick there, but you done ruined your flow.
Can we get you a drink, eh? You travel a long ways very fast, eh? You must be thirsty.
Yeah, perhaps you can tell us about this plan that you have over some drinks.
Oh, absolutely. I was thinking it'd be easier to have it. You all look very tired and you have a very heated discussion going on. I don't want to interrupt nothing here. It's best to have these discussions after a long rest and on a full stomach. There's some heavy stuff to be up pulling down here, and we don't want to upset nobody. It's late at night. Y'all tensions are high. This guy's shooting beams of stuff off. Maybe we all got to just go to sleep and get us refreshed in the morning.
Is he trying to pull one over on us? I don't really trust this.
Can't wait till we go to bed. Let's rob us blind. That's all he was.
I am too tired for this. I'm just heading to bed.
Maybe. Oh.
Huh?
He seems on the level.
Yeah, he's hammered, so he...
Is Tommy around? Like behind the bar still?
Yeah, Tommy's still around. Tommy doesn't necessarily sleep, so he kind of waves his hand and Tommy brings him a drink.
I whisper to Tommy, I'm like, watch him, will you, please?
Like a hawk.
Perfect. And I head off to bed because I got stuff to do.
All right. Yeah, you're 14. He seems to be on the level.
All right. Well, I generally prefer to, maybe not go to bed with, oh, big news. We'll talk about it in the morning, but we can do that.
Oh, absolutely. Tell you what, in the morning, I'm making waffles.
Hey, big news. We'll talk about it in the morning. Oh, what's the news? Your mother and I are getting divorced. What?
That's why I had to make the waffles.
Sure good waffles.
All bad news tastes a little better with something sweet to wash it down. Didn't nobody ever tell you that?
Okay.
Well, I got no fight left in me. I give up.
To be fair, have we really gone to sleep anytime recently without right on the trail of some horrible thing?
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, y'all seem exhausted. I don't want to be rude or nothing, but y'all, yeah.
I've already showed him I'm pissed off and got 2 blasts at nothing.
Yeah, just go in my room, look at the blanket I've got covering the wall, and then just go to bed.
All right.
I will head up to bed as well.
All right.
Yeah.
I let William stay if he wants, but I'm sleeping.
William retires. He doesn't really want to hang out while you're sleeping. He feels a little weird about it. Right.
Before I go to sleep, I just jot a quick note and stick it into my book, and all it is just like, of course, comma, how, question mark. Stick that in there, shut it, because I'm just like, it's salty, so I'm going to bed.
I'm super salty. All right. Uneventful night. Everyone gets lots of rest. Lots of rest. In the morning, there is a beautiful smell filling the place.
I'll go down and sit expecting a waffle.
All right. He comes right here. See, don't you all feel better now? We'll wait for your friends to come down. It's not a complex plan, but there's a little bit of choice involved. I like to have the whole people here to get it. So you have this, and we'll wait for the rest of your friends to come out.
Certainly.
I'm gonna wake up, give the egg a bit of a pat, stand up, and then walk downstairs.
All right.
And I'm summoning out my sword and just keeping it nearby.
He hands you some waffles and then kind of whispers to Keith, your friend's a little paranoid.
Well, random people showing up. Just a little on edge recently.
To be fair, but I'm a friendly sort, am I not?
You
This is
certainly
an
seem
inn.
very friendly.
Must be
Yes.
accustomed to strangers at an inn.
Just not strangers that walk in and say, hey, I've got a plan for you.
Fair enough. I imagine this is a bit of a shock to the system now.
See, I come stumbling downstairs, pretty hungover, I imagine. I drank a lot in a very short period of time last night. So,
Oh, yeah.
Tommy, it's 3 beers this morning, eh? Oh, waffles.
Absolutely. It's my own special recipe. I hope you will find it acceptable. And here, take a shot of this. And he gives you this kind of like thick, kind of greeny shot. Looks like it's a bunch of like herbs and vegetables and things.
Oh, Jesus.
It tastes
I just
awful,
a god to swear to, eh?
but you feel a bit better from your hangover as it starts to take effect.
Okay, then 3 beers still, Tommy, but this time it's for fun, eh?
I come downstairs and I do that thing where I'm like, I very just half glance, open my book, like, you know, when you open the mailbox, you're like, there's nothing there, and you just shut it again, that kind of thing, as I'm walking downstairs.
Your note is gone.
Yay. And then I head down and sit at the table. Yeah.
Hey, buddy. I'll slide the waffles over to Penn.
Just like with my fork, just...
All right, now that you're all assembled, hope you're enjoying the breakfast. Now, I had previously introduced myself, and the reason I've come down here is because I saw your little encounter up in the mountains. And I thought, now, there are some folks that are proactive. They got good heads on their shoulders, and they are capable. Just the kind of people I need to enact my plan to end this whole giant civil war.
Hang on for just a second. You watched us do nothing and then run away.
I couldn't give away my position for reasons we'll get to in a little bit.
You were impressed by our action, and our action involved standing very still and then running away.
Yeah, but you survived.
Okay.
Do not put too great a discount on survival. It is a feat that many mortal races are not capable of. Now,
My number one concern, eh?
I saw you do this. One, you survived the battle, which is nothing short of remarkable. And number two, you survived those zombified giant warriors, particularly with their fancy new armaments. Which brings me to my plan. Now, this whole giant civil war. What was that, fella?
Not much.
All right. Now, this whole giant civil war is a powder keg. It's going to blow up all over everything. Can't have that. Especially with the chromatics getting involved with the one side. That's bad news right from the get-go. Before we know it, Tiamat's going to be knocking on the door. Bad news for everybody. Other side is these fancy weapons given to the lower giants. We got to cut that out. So it's a two-pronged attack. War needs a couple things. War needs allies. War needs money. War needs equipment. So if we can break down both of those things, or a couple of them, maybe we shut the whole thing down. So what I'm proposing is 2 teams. I can be team 1. You guys can be team 2. Or maybe I'll be team 2 and you can be team 1. Whatever you want to do. But somebody's got to go to the Great Forges, sabotage it, frame one of the lower giant races. Got to be somebody other than the fire giants, because the fire giants are the linchpin. Somebody gave them fancy new plans. Somebody's helping them out with supplies to make all this equipment for the other giants. We got to break those ties. We got to get the fire giants back against everybody else. Then the fancy weapons are gone. They can't fight no more. Done. Other thing we got to do is we got to take the chromatics out of the system. So we got to turn the chromatics against the high giants all over again, which means we might have to frame somebody for assassination. Little heavy, but if you have the know-how to do it, means just killing one giant and leaving behind the rat stuff. Seems simple enough for y'all?
I imagine there's probably more than one of us who would have, shall we say, some ethical difficulties with the second one of those, eh? Blaming somebody for assassination. But I don't see no reason why we don't do the first one.
I've got a quick question.
Sure, what is it?
Storm giants, they're high giants, right?
Indeed they are.
And they know how to cast lightning and thunder spells.
Indeed they do.
Yeah, I know how to frame them.
Well, it's not them that need to be framed. It's the dragons. The dragons need to be framed against them.
I thought we had to kill the dragons and frame
No, you got to kill a giant and frame the chromatics.
Oh, that's even easier.
Or the dragon cult. Dragon cult would be easier because dragon cult has the sway in the chromatics. You turn the dragon cult, chromatics go right along with them.
I look at Keithree knowing that she's still got the blade and say, we might be able to do something along those lines, eh?
Depending. First, who exactly are you? I mean, we know your name, but who are you?
Oh, yeah. What is your
Valid question?
I'm simply an individual who has a vested interest in the continued peace and survival of this here land.
That's worthy of an insight check.
Yeah.
Nobody just bandies that around.
So you talk about the lower and upper giants. Where is the break, eh?
Penn.
Both of you, Keithree and Penn, you feel like, okay, that is legitimately what he wants, but there's definitely something he's not telling you.
Oh, yeah.
There's definitely something about his identity that he's not telling you.
He seems.
I want to look at him with Eldritch sight.
All right. With your Eldritch sight, the current version of him that you see right now is an illusion.
So we're on similar pages, but I personally like to know the actual identity of who I'm working with, and you don't seem to be entirely honest.
Oh, you're getting that too. I picked up on that. Something's up with you, man.
All right.
I'm going to shift my weapon into a crossbow and just fire a bolt.
Where?
Where?
Near him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I have to roll?
Yeah, sure. Make your attack roll near him.
Because if you fail, you hit him.
Shoot him, yeah.
That's 11, and it's plus packed weapon, so it's...
All right. So, yeah, you shoot it near him. He is unfazed. Are you, doing some target practice or something? What's your deal? Look, I understand y'all are concerned. I just didn't want to freak nobody out. All right? And to your question before, the split is around the fire and frost giants. They're on a somewhat even playing field. Fire giants tend to think they're a little bit higher, but that's where the split is. After that, it's everything above them.
Okay.
But back to your original question about my my origins or what have you. All right, but we're going to have to step outside. It's a little cramped in here.
Certainly.
God damn it, you're a giant, aren't you?
Absolutely not. Never touch
me. I think he might be a hell of a lot bigger than that, eh?
I'm going to take my waffles out.
Hey, you got a favorite color?
This guy's on the right track.
What?
Goes
Well,
outside.
Put it this way, I hope I can call him Big Shiny in a minute and not, some other color, eh?
Goes outside.
God damn it, Key.
And says, all right, now you want to back up. And
I'm pretty sure I know what this is. I'm just gonna eat waffles nonchalantly.
his human form melts away, and an enormous adult copper dragon takes shape in front of you.
Oh, shit, you bastard. You put it right there.
For a moment, it all melts away, and I'm not concerned anymore. I'm just astonished and amazed.
But I need 5 seconds. I'm going to run to my room and grab my egg.
And beg forgiveness for ever shooting anything near.
No, I'm just asking what kind of egg it is.
I don't know. I don't lay eggs.
I don't know if he's within 30 feet, but I'm going to try and telepathically tell William, come outside. There's something I think you'd enjoy seeing.
You just hear from like at the back of the keep, oh my God. All right, now y'all promise not to freak out.
I'm going to continue nonchalantly eating my
Okay,
waffles.
so, and I turn to these guys and say, so we trust him now, eh?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, well.
You don't trust nobody, Richard. I didn't expect any different. If you had said yes, I'd have shot you because you're a goddamn impersonator. Eh?
So, having read through my cultist book on dragons, would I know any information on a copper dragon off the top of my head? Or do I need to roll?
The cultist book doesn't have any nice things to say about metallic dragons. It says that metallic dragons are the enemies of chromatic dragons. They are the sworn enemies of Tiamat. They are... Yep.
So good, guys. There we go.
Poison? I'll check later.
Wow.
So with this whole taking the chromatics out of it and blaming them, we do have, and I'll pull out the sword I picked up, the dagger.
Not hiding that anymore.
Oh, did I see you pick that?
The red dagger, yeah.
I think you might
I
have
told
seen
you
it
about
pick
it.
up.
I
Yeah.
told you about it
You
because
told me
that's
about
what I
being in
came
the
down.
basement.
So
I pulled
you
mine
pull
out
out the
too.
dagger. He goes back down to his human form, and he's like, I knew you were a social folks. That's just the kind of things we need.
We got 2. I don't know how that helps us other than to potentially infiltrate. Oh, and then I...
Giants have 2 eyes. We have 2 daggers.
That's
Absolutely.
terrible. And
You could leave those weapons behind in the corpse of the person you assassinate. Or,
just use a corpse that's already there. They're everywhere.
okay, they're everywhere, but it has to be a higher giant.
That's right. It has to be one of the top ones.
It's
Eh?
gotta be somebody in charge or something.
It's got to cause a fuss, eh?
Is he an asshole? Because, I can bend my rule about killing people if he's an asshole.
A lot of giants are assholes. I don't need to tell you. They're not nice people most of the time. Most of you folks, if they see you, you're either food or bugs. And they're not fond of either.
Also, Penn, think about it this way. It's the greater good type thing.
That's exactly
Yes.
it, eh?
Been hearing a lot of that lately.
Whatever it takes to fix the problem, eh?
Anyway, I turned...
Richard wants the dagger.
Which one?
The one you have. Because
Absolutely.
I'm hearing a lot of the greater good nonsense. Greater good is greater good. I need that dagger
For what?
to leave behind in a corpse.
I never said I wouldn't. I just said I don't necessarily want to be the one to kill it. More important
And
thing
let me
before
do
we
it with it.
before we take any step further, because I just woke up and remembered. Oh yeah, the shambling, not quite corpse of somebody that's coming to get us is still out there. I intend to send Whisper back to see if she can make sure he's either there or track him, because we need to be able to find him again. Does anybody want me to send Walter after her? I don't know. Can he see Walter? I don't have any idea.
Oh, you all talking about that undead fella?
He's our primary concern right now.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Well, I'm very swift, and I can certainly carry some folks up on my back.
You don't need. You see, here's the issue with you going. You're the one thing that doesn't need to go anywhere near him for very specific reasons.
He's been absorbing other things to gain their power. So.
Well, that is fascinating.
And in fact, you're one of the last things he needs, so you are not going anywhere near that bastard.
Well, fair enough. You suppose if I fly high enough, I might be able to get out of his range?
I don't trust that enough. Granted, I don't trust anything enough.
Maybe.
Just don't do it.
We have a portal, though, that's relatively nearby, and my familiar and I...
It's in the portal?
No, he would just fly. Oh, that's how you got here so quick.
Yeah, I'm very quick on my wings.
Regardless, though, I was going to send Whisper, but I didn't know if sending someone else along might be more beneficial, especially someone like Walter. But I wasn't sure I wanted to talk to all of you, because the last thing we want is another person getting destroyed, if that's even possible for the people in the ethereal.
Well, now, I do know that liches are poor of free undead.
Oh, well, yeah, no, that's not good. Just whisper it is.
Got to remember that even in his weakened state, he still managed to summon the undead, the giant. He bring them back and summon them to attack us. And that's after Calazar blow the shit out of him. Weaker. He's not weak.
All right.
The scale.
So I can tell that you all have your own problems. I can respect that. I understand completely. Now, what if old Regulus Coup could help you out with what you're going through? Would that be something that you'd be interested in?
There's one thing I personally would be interested in. Take innocence away from the keep 18 days from now.
All right. We could probably ferry some folks over. But what I could provide you with is kind of a metallic dragon airstrike. That'd be something you'd be interested in?
That sounds like something we would be very interested in, eh? Oh, what a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see that coming across the sky, eh?
Just kind of a flyby. We dive in, launch a little breath out, and we're on our way. Won't stick around to get absorbed by no creepy lich guy.
Oh, I was thinking more in a couple weeks' time, eh?
Oh, whenever you need it. See, thing is, I'm from an organization of metallic dragons that likes to try and keep peace in the world. We got a vested interest. We like things to keep nice and calm. Keep it good. So, there is a horn I can give you that if you need some assistance, you just blow on it. My friends and I will come running. And we will unleash our draconic fury on whatever happens to be troubling you.
I like very much the idea of air superiority, eh?
Give it to Key 3.
Well, hang out now. I can't just give it away.
First, we got to do our side of the bargain, right?
I trust that you'll... Well, go ahead.
I'm just saying, if you do, give it to Key 3. She's responsible.
I'm the keeper of stuff.
That is correct, eh?
Very well, very well.
Not to mention the most trustworthy one of the bunch, but you know.
I trust y'all are good people.
Guys, I trust.
I trust all you good. I trust you all good people. I didn't see no bad people run away with their friend trying to save them from zombie giants. I didn't see that. But I saw some good people trying to rescue folks and doing what they can in a world descending into chaos. And I appreciate that. So that's why I'm willing to help you out. But I need your assistance too. Because I don't know if you noticed, but I'm not exactly inconspicuous.
Rather the opposite. Eh?
Exactly. Now, I got some friends that can help me out with one of the jobs, but we need somebody to do the other one too. So if we take out one half, just weaken one side, that means the other side's going to win. I don't want either side to win. I want them to quit and go home.
So, to be clear, eh, we either leave a weapon, without saying whether we kill the guy or not right now, we leave a weapon on a dead body of a higher giant,
Yeah, right now there's a cloud giant ambassador visiting an old keep, meeting with some folks directly aligned with the dragon cult. Now, if that ambassador happens to die and his bodyguards find him dead with a bunch of dragon cult shit around, they're going to blame the dragon cult. Whole thing falls apart.
So for that one, all we have to do is kill a full-blown cloud giant. Okay, so the other one?
The other one, you just got to sabotage the forge and make it look like it is the result of maybe the other giants turning against the fire giants. Take out the fire giants, nobody can make the weapons. They can't make the weapons. They got nothing to keep them going.
And you said you wanted it to look like the lower giant did it? So like hill giant or something like that?
Yeah, like a hill giant or a frost giant. They don't get along so well to begin with.
Oh, hey, the frost giant. Hey, that makes sense, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. Or even a stone giant, but there's only one stone giant in the fight currently.
Can we have a moment to convene on this issue?
Of course. Eh?
No, take your time. I'm going to have a couple drinks. I left my smokes inside, so I'm going to go.
Thank you for the waffles.
My pleasure. Happy to help.
They were the second most impressive thing I saw this morning, eh?
First.
So, I turn to the other three and I say initial thoughts are, I think for our skill set, considering our size, stature, and etc., the first job, while more difficult in the direct thing we have to do, I think would be more manageable as far as making it look like, it was actually done by people our size. The second one, I'm not sure how to even begin to make it look like a giant. I can't leave a giant note. I can't write that thing. So...
No, with that, we just leave something that showed that it was frost damage that wrecked the forge, eh? That's the easiest way to wreck a forge anyway. It's hot, right? You make part of it cold, it blow the fuck up, eh?
Do we have the means to do... Because, you saw some of those spells. They were infinitely larger than anything we can cast at the moment that I know of.
Oh, if we do the forge one, it's got to be sneaky. And I look at Richard, no shooting everything, eh?
Not this guy.
Well, I think both are probably fairly sneaky.
Oh, yes.
For sure, right?
The first one
the second one is in and out and nobody know we are there, right? The second one, there's a bit of a fuss as we run away, right?
I don't want to kill a cloud giant. I don't want to kill anybody. But...
I don't know if we can kill a cloud giant, eh?
I'm up for the cloud giant one.
What if we don't kill him? Hear me out. What if Key3 and I have 2 daggers of high ranking based on what she told me? Wait, did you tell me that? I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what I don't know. These are high ranking officials in this cult. We could come in, use a little charisma to, get a little further in, maybe, deadlock some people until they pass out, take their robes, and maybe we could meet with him and just, generally poorly make ourselves seem like we're sneakily actually doing something else. These stupid oh, hey, man, didn't know you were standing there. That kind of thing.
Or we sneak in, make it seem like we're trying to assassinate him. Even if we don't kill him, we leave at least one of the daggers, dress up in, because I saw the one person's outfit, dressed up as them, accidentally drop the dagger as we're running out, and then the cloud giant thinks, even if he's still alive, thinks, they tried to kill me.
I really don't even know if we play it right. I don't even know if we have to leave these daggers. Really, if you shout for Tiamat and try to stab a man, I don't know if anyone's going to really not understand that that's what's going on.
I have another idea that might be more up our alley.
All right.
How about we don't kill nobody? We frame him instead, eh? We put the dagger someplace where it fall out in public in front of everybody and he's the one who owns it. It shows he's in cahoots with the enemy.
But they already are working.
Yeah, they're meeting together.
Exactly, just break that alliance.
I'm a little
Because he thinks
lost.
they're going behind their back, eh?
Lower giants, the dagger.
How you gonna? What would a? Okay, just for scale, so I know, because I know there's like big, and then there's like big, and then there's
Yeah.
How big would a dagger, in reference to a giant, be? Like, are we talking like a fingernail?
Even the smallest giant, like even like a hill giant, this would be like a sliver.
I don't even
Oh
know
yeah,
if that
this
would-
gets left either accidentally or as a calling card, eh? One or the other.
Hmm.
It's not the item that's going to kill the giant. Eh?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just don't. I do not understand the finer aspects of that plan.
All of these plans are very not murdery.
Yeah, I like the not murdery plan.
I have I guess, yeah, personally, I like the idea of wrecking the forge. It seems easier to me. We go in, although we probably have to maybe, I'm sure at the keep somewhere here, there's a spell that casts frost damage.
I have nothing that does
Because
cold.
I know, yeah, I never seen any of us do it. Eh?
I can just hug it for a while with my armor on. This dagger does frost.
You're going to hug the kill? That's brave, my friend. That's going to be a weird one-sided tan you got there. Eh?
It's either that or I can stab it a lot with this dagger and hope that works.
I have a feeling that might not be enough.
Yeah,
It's like a frost bolt or something, some simple spell that it's obvious it's frost damage. The rest, their paranoia about their enemies, they do the rest of the work themselves. Eh?
Again, I just worry we're too small to do that. It's easy to frame people that are your own size because, you're that size. It's really hard because if they even see us doing it, it's immediately all out the window. If they see us at all.
Oh yeah, that's either case, either job. And beside which, how much time you spend in your day looking for mice, eh?
But the chromatics are our size.
Yeah, all we have to do is
Maybe not my
dress-
size, but
We have to dress up with these daggers and be like, screaming and yelling about Tiamat, and just that's all it takes. I feel like, in my
Yeah, because
opinion.
the
And
dragon
they-
cultists are just people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
That-
supposed to go kill a giant, right?
We don't have to kill them
Like-
though.
like
we just have
you
to
said.
make it seem like we're trying to kill them.
Well, that's what Q suggested was that we destroy.
We can run that back by him.
The metallic dragons, the coalition likely have at least one silver. They can breathe frost damage into it. I think they'll have an easier job at that. And if everyone's on the no killing giants train, then disguising ourselves is the easiest way to do it.
That's where my vote stands.
Same here.
I'm just seeing Guy's face, and I'm like,
You can't decide.
you
But the
love a
thing
good
is, I'm
performance.
pretty sure I could pull it off, but I don't know if all four of us could fool them. I mean,
Wait,
that's
are
kind of my bread and butter, but
Who
no
aside from
rudeness, but you guys are not as deceptive in your center of your soul as me, I don't think. Eh?
Ogie.
You in
Ogie.
particular,
sweet
you are the most
summer
honest
Guy.
person I have ever met in my life. Is so honest, it scared the shit out of me. Eh?
Hey, let
Hello,
me
Key
remind
Three's
you.
like, Key, you don't even know.
Let me remind you who got us into that secret lab, and I like straightened my hat and like,
That is a thing that happened.
and I did a damn good job. I can hold my own, especially when I have to be some creepy dark art weirdo because I'm real close. I mean, not as close as you have to worry about, but like, I
We're all
know.
worried.
Well, I can totally make us look not like us and look closer to them.
Yeah, Guy has a makeup kit.
Yeah, and we can paint a mask.
Yeah, we have masks. I think it's a win-win-win. Nobody dies. We get to frame. Although, honestly, why was there's a larger question in this. Why was the dragon cult trying to kill Blackwind? Why have we not asked that question yet?
I don't know. Maybe Blackwind is helping the lower giants. I don't care. One job is easier than the other. Focus on the task at hand.
Would a shadow dragon maybe be part? Sorry.
Oh, a shadow dragon. That's not chromatic, or that would be on the chromatic scale, wouldn't it?
So perhaps
a whole different ball of wax. 'Cause they're dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
Better know.
It's like an undead chromatic, essentially, as far as I understand it. But that's out of character and out of game.
oh golly. Would my book have said anything about black shadow dragons?
Uh,
Or would it? The cultist book would be the only one I could think.
no, it does not go into it.
It's only chromatics, right?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, I don't even know.
'Cause
That's
Those particular dragons have no. They have no bearing on summoning Tiamat, which is always the end goal of the dragon cult.
And generally, chromatic dragons are more on the evil scale. So having a shadow dragon, which is basically just a dragon ghost,
Yeah.
is kind of more. Ghosts generally have unfinished business, and if you're an evil jackass, you're more likely to have unfinished business.
But how about back to the plan? How about we get close, we look around. If there's maybe an easy way to sneak in, we maybe take that route. And if there isn't, then we put on the cloak, we haul out the dagger, and we do the hope to hell nobody figures out who we really are walking the front door trick.
I believe it.
I like the sneaking in first route.
That's always my favorite, especially the sneaking out part.
Do you
So-
think? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Richard.
So, key 3. What exactly did these masks look like? Richard is summoning like a ball of wood in his hand.
I will pull out a sheet of paper and like draw it out as I'm describing it, because it's a black mask. It has like a fringe along the side.
The person you saw attack Blackwind looked like this.
Ooh, fancy sauce.
Oh, cool.
With what we knew, limited amount that we knew about this cultist group, although he's got the book, this is a one-of-a-kind guy, right? This isn't what their soldiers look like. This isn't a mucky-muck in the organization.
Well, let's see what you all know about the dragon cult.
I read a book on this.
You
And
did.
taking advantage.
Yeah, you certainly get advantage if you've read the dragon cult book.
Hey, what check would it be? Just
Uh,
Arcana?
Yeah, do a history check.
Ooh.
All right. So with your critical history, and Don, you know this as well. No, sorry, not Don. Who the hell is Don? That's on the list. Okay, key 3, you know this as well. That the dragon cult leaders tend to be dressed like this. This is a high-ranking member of the dragon cult.
So we don't want to show up 4 of this guy.
However,
Just one.
Just one and some follower, eh?
below that rank are people known as wearers of purple, and they're kind of like lieutenants.
Ooh, he's got an eye belt, or they have an eye belt buckle, and I like that.
And they look kind of like that, similar raiment, but in purple.
So here's what I'm thinking after conveying this to the other two with Key 3 helping me explain. We have 2 daggers of high-ranking officials, and we have 2 people who don't have those. So why don't we have 2 of the high-ranking officials with 2 lieutenant guards? And I think that would be our best bet, in my opinion, if we can manage to pull off that second one, because that is ornate.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do this. Richard snaps his fingers and casts his fun little cantrip, Minor Illusion,
All right.
to just look like them.
I can look like whatever the hell I want to look like anytime, any place. It just lasts for an hour, and then I need 5 seconds alone in a corner to do it again all day long, eh?
All right. Richard, with your minor illusion, you can kind of make yourself look like you're dressed like that. So you can give yourself a long hood to cover up your stuff. And
Yeah.
And I've got Mask of Many Faces, so I can bust it out all day long.
yeah.
The issue is I have 1 minute. I can cast this cantrip over and over again, but it's a minute long.
Every minute you flicker.
Yeah.
So perhaps we try and get, because I think Penn and I will need outfits.
to do.
I think we need 2 masks, one for each of you, eh? Because you can sort of hover at a height that make it look like you're the same height as him, right? There.
As long as I have a long cloak and no one pays too much attention for feet.
Kind of flow.
Oh, by the way, here are your masks.
So maybe my original thought was 1 leader, 1 lieutenant, and 2 sort of follower in just like black robe, because follower don't go nowhere, right? Without.
You do know that besides the wearers of purple and the high-ranking members, a lot of them are just like goons. So they're dressed as mercenaries or adventurers or what have you.
Oh. So 1 leader, 1 lieutenant, and then goons.
Then some goon, eh? Yeah.
And I don't think. I think that's good, and I want to bounce this off of you just to see which you think would be better. If there are 2 of the higher ones and we get divided for some reason or anything happens, then we have a double chance of getting this done. Because I don't know if a goon, because you know how it is, if someone in your lower ranks of your organization does something, you just be like, well, that's not us. But if a high-ranking person does it, you can't shake that off. You know. I
guess alternately, if there's 2 leaders, aren't we just asking to have them split us up? I mean, yes, we are looking in 2 places, but it also means if shit goes pear-shaped, we are far apart from each other, right?
Well, and this is also if we can't sneak in.
That's true. That's still my personal plan is to hopefully find a window, eh? Imagine how big the gap under a giant's door is. We could probably walk right in, eh?
Which reminds me.
May I, very quickly? If we get split up, I'm going with Penn. Keith, you should go with Guy. For the sole reason of you want at least 1 person that can fight melee.
I think perhaps we should swap that.
Yeah, I want Keith. I love you, Richard.
No. But I think he and I might be better at lying than you 2. So having somebody who's adept at lying and talking as well is
I only say this because Penn, you're going as a high-ranking official, and Keith is going as a high-ranking official.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I thought we were doing 1. And
I think if we do the 1, 1, and 2, then we are less likely to get split up, eh?
1, 1, and 2. All right. Well, okay. If we do that, then firstly, here was my second idea. Richard, I know, and you're gonna get so upset at the first spike of this, but just wait for the down come. It's real quick. Remember that dragon egg you have? Here's the spike. Now we're coming back down. Could you make a copy of it that looks similar out of maybe a very dark wood? And perhaps we could be carrying that if we needed to. I don't know if we need to. Might just be an extra thing.
I think you are overcomplicating things. Eh?
I'm going to need 30 minutes.
We could just
My grandfather always said, simpler plans go more... I forgot what he said. Oh, no.
More simple?
More to plan.
Okay. To plan, eh?
But think of the theatrics. We put Key 3 in the egg with the dagger. I know no one's done the Trojan horse yet.
I instantly love this plan.
I love this plan.
We get her into the area.
I am already casting plant to make a tree.
We say that we want to offer this egg up to this cloud giant as a gift of our showing our allegiance, and then she pops out all Lady Gaga like, and then is like and tries to stab him, and then we run away.
Mama. I love this plan so much.
I like all of that except for the part where he reaches out and squishes her like a bug.
I can get out of his range in very short amount of time.
I would like to change my weapon into an axe very quickly. I'm already cutting down the tree.
Okay.
However large that tree ended up being.
I think Richard endorses the plan.
You look awfully concerned.
I am just. I don't mind the plan. I am working out some detail. How the rest of us get the hell out?
I figured we all just run.
Drop her off and leave.
Well,
No. I figured we'd stay there until the action is happening, and then it's like, all right, whoop, everybody make sure everybody gets out. Hold hands.
or you like leave the egg and start walking off, and Penn can let me know through the open mind, hey, now's the time, so I can pop out. So you already have a head start.
Now I'm just worried about you.
She can fly.
And then all we got to do is outrun giants. No problem. Eh?
I'm assuming. Well, I don't know why I assumed
the plan.
I just giant in a small human room, and I'm like, he won't be able to get out.
Okay, I am carving the egg, and I'm asking Penn back for my my mask back, because I don't think anyone else is equipped to carry an egg filled with key 3. And I don't think.
Well, I kind of figured that a goon would carry the egg because it'd be like, oh.
Would you do that with a valuable, priceless item? Would you just give it to some random mercenary?
You say that, but
well, not a random mercenary
all the time.
Goon.
It's that's like, I'm too good to carry this because.
I mean, we put it on the cart. Eh?
Yeah, if only one of us. I wish one of us had floating disc, but you know.
There is a basic cart that is just kind of left at the keep.
Well, and we can have our especially if there's like a window or something, we can all like jump out of the window onto the gargoyles.
Oh boy, have the gargoyles ready.
We can't get our cart there, can we? Because we can't get our cart through the teleport. Right?
Oh wait,
no, but you could fly.
And it's not exactly.
We could fly there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could carry the gargoyles through and have them take us. That actually sounds like a really good plan.
Okay.
Do I have the control rod with me?
I think Guy has to give it back to you.
Yeah.
He took it when you were in town getting sucked up by the earth.
Because I set your gargoyle to watch over you, actually.
Yeah, okay. I didn't mean he just stole it from you.
It's like, this is my gargoyle now. Richard's dead.
I wasn't going to save you from suicide, but I was going to have the gargoyle watch. So
I was about to tear you out of the earth with horrible magics, but then they stopped.
So we talk our way in with the gift of the egg. We leave the egg, we leave, you do awakened mind. She does the poof, throw the dagger at him and scream, for Tiamat! And then she misty step out the room. We all jump on the gargoyle and fly away.
That sounds like a plan.
E3 has Misty Step?
Well, it's certainly simple.
Guy, you seemed so concerned.
There are just so many places it can go wrong, and if it goes wrong, we are flat. But we are brave.
Over here. I need you to test out the egg.
As I'm going to test out the egg, but it will make such a great story.
Yeah.
I just hope we are on to tell it. But yeah, okay, for sure. Okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. You know what? I'm done being responsible. Let's do something crazy, eh?
At this point, Regulus Koo comes out of the inn, and he's got a cigarette. He sees Key 3 climbing into a wood. He's like, so what'd y'all decide?
We got the plan, eh?
A plan for what?
We're going to take, I think, door number 1, eh?
Well, all right then. So you guys got them daggers and everything. That's perfectly fine. We can take care of breaking down the forge, and we'll frame one of the other lower giants, make it look like they're all turning against the fire giants.
I need some paint.
Almost immediately, William.
Give him a dragon Easter egg.
Thank you, William. I need you to help me with the splotches.
Absolutely. Now, I can help show you guys where you need to go, how to get in, and who you're looking for. And after that, you're on your own. Now, if you get in a scrape, I can get a pickup for you outside. But you got to get outside.
Yeah, that works.
All right?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Richard, can you make sure there's an air hole?
Sorry, just a little tiny. Sorry.
Like you can like put it towards the bottom or something so it's less noticeable.
Oh no, like he's already carving small ones.
In the speckles.
Watch your head!
Maybe she should come out of the egg.
Yeah,
when you're making
yeah.
holes.
No, I'm not going to sit in the egg while you're drilling holes in it. I've done stupid stuff like that. I learned.
Grown up now.
All right. Well, it sounds like you all got a plan. I got no specifications for this, as long as at the end of all this, the higher giants think the dragon cult has turned against them. Once that is done, mission accomplished. I'll do my part, make sure that forge goes falling apart. Fire giants will rebuild it, but after that, they won't have no friends. Sound good?
Yes. And
I like this.
hopefully our plan will require no killing as well. So that's an upside.
Hopefully, they will almost never know we were there until we are gone. Eh?
Well, son, now, I know you're worried about killing folks, but I want to be perfectly clear now. Any of these dragon cultists had half the chance, or these giants, they would end you in an instant. Make no mistake of it.
Right.
What was the dragon's name again? I am bad at it.
Tiamat?
Reginald Coup.
Regulus
Oh.
Coup.
Regulus Coup. CU for copper, right off the periodic table.
Who? You and I are becoming friends.
All right, then. We'll be pals. I figured we're pals already. I saw you resourceful folks. I knew you was good people. That's why I come to you like this.
Yeah,
I thought
actually-
those folks need some good friends. Look at the trouble they in. I'm gonna help out, but you gotta help me out too. Give and take. Trust is difficult in this crazy world.
Yes.
Well, we
I
got to get
apologize.
this done, eh? We got some other shit to do, and we got our own agenda on the side, eh?
Absolutely, you can trust me to assist you any way I can. You want me to stay away from this creepy undead fella saying he's absorbing folks? I don't like that, so I'll help you shut him down.
So we are go, eh? Now look at the other three.
Yeah.
Well, we need to get. Oh no,
Depending.
you can do your costume thingy. So
Yeah.
All right, well, you got to take a little
And
bit
I
of time to
already
get ready.
did the math, eh? With
Take a
our
little-
second best liar in the egg, we all know who gets to be the face man now, eh?
I'm a great liar.
I am fucking amazing at lying, but oh
And
boy.
give Guy your mask.
Here's the mask.
should I have a mask?
Yes.
You already have one.
Y'all are both the face of the operation.
But I'm in an egg.
But you're coming out of the egg to stab at
Ah.
him. So that's
Okay.
the important. Also, I don't even know if it has to be.
You probably don't want your own face hanging out, eh?
Oh no, I'm gonna do stuff no matter what.
Okay.
So
All right.
about you, Penn, you are you going to look like somebody else too?
I have Richard's old mask that he gave me, but I don't know if that's the best thing to wear in there.
That is a terrible idea.
Maybe you could be a wearer of purple.
Yeah,
Ooh,
they
I
don't
like
wear a
purple.
mask, eh?
Or at least just maybe like wear a creepy black cloak and we can do something to make you look a little less like you.
I take off my hat and I'm like, oh, it hurts to take off. But I take off my hat and just like, all right, we'll figure this out. And I get,
Guy, have mohawks been invented yet?
What an unusual question.
You're not cutting my mustache like that. I don't care.
No, I'm talking about for Penn.
No, I think not. I'd rather wear a bald cap. Do we have a bald cap? Can I be an ugly? I mean, not that. Oh, anyway, can I have a bald cap? I think that would work. And
There are multiple disguise kits
Yeah, I'm pulling out my disguise kit and just pulling out like different things.
To be clear, is our first plan still to sneak in, or are we just going to go straight to the walk in the door one?
I think straight in the door with this egg.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can sneak while being an egg.
Here's the real question. What are our names? What are our backstories? I'm going to have a unibrow because unibrows let you know I'm evil.
Now, I'll let you folks sort this stuff out. But if you're going to try and sneak in, you want to make sure that you're saying you were sent by some high-ranking Dragon Cult official.
What if we are the high-ranking Dragon Cult official?
Now, that's going to be difficult because those folks tend to be very well known.
I do have, and I flip open my book. I do have a book, and I don't know. I don't know if I got into the specifics of like people. Like I would know terminology and like stuff like that, but I don't know if I would know like particular chapters.
I'm just thinking, if we sneak in, we just find any cloud giant who happens around. We hurl the dagger at him, scream, die in the name of Tiamat. Oh shit, the magic didn't work. And we jump out the window and go away. Mission accomplished without all the foo-fa.
Probably.
The ambassador's going to be there with the 2 bodyguards. If you attack a bodyguard, that can be explained as, it's just some crazy people.
I
if
thought
you
there was
assault
more
an
than just
ambassador, that's a breakdown of communications right there.
Maybe I got a little excited about the egg idea.
Oh no, it's a good idea. I just think if we can do the sneaky, if that don't work, then the egg is perfect. I love the egg idea.
I'm on board with the egg too, because if it's an ambassador, it makes sense for it to be a gift, and this is kind of in their wheelhouse. You guys are I knew you folks was resourceful.
Okay, we go with that then, eh? Whew.
All you got to do is convince them that this is a gift for the ambassador to grease the wheels.
So maybe we don't even have to have a high-ranking looking person, but just we were the ones sent to deliver this on behalf of. But we need a name then.
You need a name. What you got in that book?
I crack it open. I kind of pull my cloak back. And I guess, do I just start reading or do I need to make a check on this?
Read through it. Let's see. What name do you find in the book? You find the second in command of the Dragon Cult when the book was written was Mr. Shalinus McAfee. And the leader was Don Ralphos.
Full bottom?
No, not with a bottom. Don Ralphos of High River. Now, you're uncertain as to the age of this book, if Don Ralphos is still around, and it's not the other guy now.
All right, I got Don Ralphos. The first name escaped me. I'm sorry.
Shalinus McAfee.
Shalinus McAfee. I just don't know how to pronounce their.
But you know, the secret to the best lying is you don't talk so much, eh? So we don't even need to give them the name unless they ask. Eh? We just say this come from the dragon. They probably don't call themselves the Dragon Cult. Eh?
Does it? Oh, I think
that's kind of a negative connotation. You know?
I think the book was titled Dragon Cult or something.
Dragon Talon Cult.
Yes.
Dragon Talon Cult. Okay.
My question is, did the book list what colors they were associated with? Because that's kind of important with our daggers.
Well, now that varies. Depends on which dragon they're working with at the time.
Got a red one.
And a blue one.
Well, those are
White.
both...
White.
Red and white are both fairly high ranking, so that'd be pretty good. Not a lot of people got the black dragon daggers. They're a little bit difficult to deal with.
I want one.
I was going to say, now I know what I'm looking for while we're there. I mean, We're on a mission.
I will leave you in the hallway.
Now, white dragons,
I will fight you.
white dragons are dumb. Red dragons are the top of the hierarchy, top of the food chain. Blue dragons are stubborn as hell. And black dragons are just most disagreeable.
Looking at my dagger, and I'm like, I think I got the wrong dagger.
Well, I think we got to leave one behind. I think the red one makes more sense. That's the sort of thinking dragon. Why would the white dragon try to do something like this? He would just come and attack because he's sort of direct.
Well, the daggers are gifts most of the time. So it doesn't necessarily associate it to a specific dragon.
Gotcha.
Just means that somebody high on the food chain in the dragon cult made a move. And I don't have to tell you, giants aren't exactly, keen on listening to reason.
Sure thing. So we got two. It makes sense, actually. You keep the red one for the attack, and I wear the white one.
Yeah.
As the guy who's delivering, Oh, no, wait, then I got to be the leader. I can't just be a purple who's delivering.
We already gave you the mask.
We already gave the mask, but he does need a dagger probably as proof. And if he takes a white one, I don't know how.
Guy, if you're going to be the guy talking, it best be that you be the guy in the robes and the mask.
But would somebody who I guess they're all part of the same cult. I'm just wondering if someone who had a white, sort of an association with the white dragon would be so
high ranking.
No, to be smart enough to do this,
That don't mean that they're not smart. It just means white dragons are
dragon not smart, Okay. Okay. I mean, yeah, in that case, I guess I do the higher level guy with the white dagger, and then.
But if you're the higher level guy, you need to have the right name. Versus if we're just delivering it on behalf of.
Yes. You see, I see. Because if I am only one of the purple lieutenant guy, maybe I'm not allowed to say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not allowed to say who it's from.
Well, that's interesting. Maybe you can just say it's from a specific location.
Did we? Oh wait, no, that's a fallen chapter. I was gonna say we found the white dagger down in that place that I remember, and I don't know that. From where?
That was a sunken temple. Yeah.
And how do you know about this, Q?
Look, I keep it well organized. Look, I keep track of the dragon cult.
So, what would your suggestion on a location it was sent from?
Well, now the caravan responsible for collecting eggs is currently not running out of Dead Man's Mire. Anybody got a map of Waterdeep? Or not Waterdeep. Map of the Sword Coast here. Let's take a look.
We got the guy who makes one come up on the wall.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Now, if you say you are coming up from High Moor, that's a long enough journey. But that is a place where they've been incubating a couple eggs, maybe a couple greens out there.
So I'll take a minute or two to familiarize myself with the map so I can, if they ask about route, I can tell them and stuff like that. I don't plan on starting that conversation, but if they drag me in.
Yeah, no, if they're asking you anything.
Mm.
So maybe stick with that. So you're coming out of the High Moor. You got some green dragon eggs you're going to give as a gift.
One question.
Of course.
What is the best way to incubate a green dragon egg?
Just
an achromatic egg.
Keep it warm and moist, unless it's a white.
I feel like I would have known if it was a white.
If it's a white, it needs to be incubated someplace extra frosty.
I think we should be fine. William, you heard that?
Yep.
So while we're doing this, is there like a lost and found in the keep? Like in Cookie's Crab Shack, like maybe a little chest with like hats and like
just like a bunch of stuff. There are multiple like disguise kits and places set up in the inn that you can like root through and find stuff to wear in.
Just like digging through, and then
the lieutenant, the two.
Put on a little mustache from a disguise kit, and I'm just like, all right, just call me Jet.
Little cross-platform action there. Yeah.
There is enough stuff in there that you feel that you guys could probably make a convincing wearer of purple and a convincing lieutenant, like a convincing high-ranking Dragon Cult member.
Oh yeah, if I can make an actual physical outfit that looks like that, that's better than my illusion. Yeah. So yeah, I'll just use the illusion to make sure my face doesn't look like it does.
All right.
Grunt.
Yeah, I'll be doing the same.
So yeah, the two of you maybe pull the little ant cart with the present on it. Eh?
Sure.
You got it.
I will use a disguise kit to kind of like make my hair look brown and change my features a little.
Different person altogether.
I got a mustache.
Meet Generica.
All right, now I'm going to leave you folks to this. I'll be back in about an hour. I got to go let my friends know. They're going to be striking the forge. And then I'll come out, and I'll escort you to where you need to go. Sound good?
Yeah.
Right.
I have one question before you go. Eh?
Yep.
Do dragons poop when they fly?
I try not to when I fly, but sometimes there's emergency.
Okay, I just want to know how big a hat I need next time I see you. Eh?
Ha ha! This guy. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. And he steps outside, and he takes his form and flies off very quickly. And we will take a break there.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
Indeed, that did escalate quickly, but it appears it's going to be an overly complicated bamboozle for the Warlocks. Are we sure we're watching the right show? I don't know. We'll find out later on Too Many Warlocks.
All right, so we've had a kind of convention survival guide before, but we didn't really talk about things that you can do to make your experience and other people's experience better at convention.
Sort of an overall etiquette guide to attending a convention, and it's a good thing to know if it's your first convention, if it's a big one, a small one, or if you're a veteran and maybe you think conventions are changing from when you first started to go. All right, so let's start off with this one. Practice good hygiene. I don't think we have to like dive deep into bad stereotypes or anything like that, but for me, just shower daily, wear deodorant, and plan for the fact that sometimes these conventions happen in places and at times of the year where it's really hot. I think we can leave it probably at that.
Yeah, and kind of off of that a little bit, just in the fact that like con plague is real.
Oh, yeah.
A good way to, if you see somebody that you are meeting for the first time or that you know, maybe not super well enough to be like, oh yeah, we know each other, to know like, oh yeah, you're a hugger, yes or no.
Yeah.
A wave is a really good way, a gesture to say hello instead of a hug or a handshake. One, you're not invading somebody else's personal bubble,
Yeah.
and maybe they don't want to be touched, maybe they're not a hugger, and also with a handshake, you're not exchanging germs.
Yeah, which can happen with a handshake. I know that's why a lot of people like fist bump too, but I love that. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's in the video. But yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. A wave. It's a good first introduction type thing. People might have picked up on this a little bit. I'm just a tad extroverted. I love people. This is where I get my energy from, being out and doing stuff and meeting folks and all that kind of thing. Not everybody is, but I would say part of having fun and being a good con goer, you're probably going to be in a lot of lines. And talk to folks. Like, say hi. You're both at the same convention. I bet you got a lot of things in common. So say hi to folks. Try to strike up conversations while you're standing in line. It can make the line go quicker. You can meet new friends, find someone to play a pickup game with, and all of that kind of stuff. But like I said, I'm an extrovert. So, you know, maybe if I meet somebody who isn't, I say hi and ask how they're doing, a couple of things. And if they're not really biting, you know, if they're not in on this, they're probably going to be really polite to you and say hi back and answer your questions. But if you start to get the vibe that they just sort of need their own personal space, don't take it personally. You've killed a couple of minutes, and then you sort of go back to your own little space there.
And for those who are more introverted, I think it is good to kind of realize when maybe things are getting a bit too much and find opportunities to take a little break, whether it's just taking some time to be like, I'm gonna check in on social media or check in on play a game on my phone or something, because that can kind of close into your own little world for a little bit and ignore everything else while you're in line. Or if it's, hey, I'm gonna go take a stroll outside of the convention center, get some fresh air, because then even if you take a little bit of time, that's going to mean that the rest of the convention, you're probably going to have a lot more fun and be in a lot better mood. And also, hey, if there's somebody who is being super friendly and talking a lot and stuff like that, and you need a little bit of time, just say, hey, I'd love to chat in a little bit, but I just need a couple of minutes to myself.
Yeah.
One tip, this is especially good for if you are meeting folks that you know through like online forums, or you're running into like us, is when you introduce yourself, go up and say hi to somebody, is to say, introduce your name and then add context of, hey, I'm Dawn. We chat on this Discord channel, or I watch your videos, because then it helps the other person clue in. And also, if you do that, then hopefully they will also give some context, because there have definitely been times where I've been chatting with somebody going, how do I know this person? How do I know this person? And then something gets like said, I'm like, oh, right, we're Twitter friends. Okay, but I've only seen this little tiny picture of you.
It's the Inigo Montoya rule. Like, state your name, state the context, give your expectation for the conversation. I'm Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Who are you? Context, expectation. My name's Ryan. I watch your show and I really like it. I can't wait to see the next episode, and I wanted to get a selfie. There you go. What else do we think are really good tips for being a good attendee at a convention?
So with cosplay, always make sure to ask before taking a photo. Now, a lot of convention centers do have areas that are like taped off as, this is places for cosplayers to go and stand for people to take pictures. So if there's somebody there, you know, I usually like kind of hold up my phone and make eye contact, and they'll nod and I'll take a picture. But if it's somebody just walking around the convention center, ask before you take a photo, you know. And that also goes with non-cosplayers, but maybe celebrities or other folks you know. Just ask before you take a picture.
A tip that I've got, if you're at one of the conventions that has a lot of games, whether it's a board game or especially with RPGs, is take chances. Take risks. Allow yourself to maybe play in a way that's a little more daring or a little more out there than you normally do in your home game. You know, your home game, you might be playing for 2, 3, 6 months, 3 years, or something like that. We get really attached to these characters and we want to hold on to them. But most likely at a convention, you're playing this character once for 4 hours. So have fun. You know, don't do stuff that's going to get the whole party killed or anything like that, but allow yourself to take chances and have a little bit more fun, maybe play a little riskier than you normally would, and lean into that,
While still making sure not to like cross any lines with other players at the table.
Oh yeah, by playing riskier, I don't mean like bringing up things that are clearly inappropriate, but just, you know, things like running in and be like, oh no, I absolutely will be stealing the crown that's hanging on the side of the throne because no one's looking. Yeah, that. Not like hurt kids. Don't be a jerk. That's clearly not what we mean.
Yeah. Or even just playing a different character than you usually do.
Yeah.
Like, I tend to play a lot of clerics and magic users. So when I go to conventions, I'll try and be like, okay, I'm going to try playing the tank this time.
Yeah.
Just to get an experience of playing something a little different and seeing, hey, maybe you really like that. And if you don't, it's one game and a couple hours later it's over and you have had that experience.
And it's not just about how to make sure you're having a good time, but it's how to be a good con goer in general. You know, if you're having fun and taking risks and not getting upset when things don't go your way, probably the other people at the table, they're gonna feel freer to do that. And now not only are you having a good time, but you're helping other people have a good time. And I know that you've said a lot of the times at conventions, that's a big thing, is realize everyone's there to have a good time.
Yeah, everyone's there to have a good time and give everybody the benefit of a doubt. Like if somebody bumps into you,
they're going to. It will, yeah.
You know, or, you know, somebody is short with you or something like that. I always just like, hey, it's crowded. People are not getting a lot of sleep.
Yeah.
They just, something else is going on. I'm not going to take it personally.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Everyone's having a good time, or at least they're trying to, but maybe people are tired. Maybe people are stressed. Maybe it's just hot. Maybe they're hungry. Hank and John Green say something. It's awesome all the time. Imagine others complexly. You know, if you have an off day, you know you weren't trying to be mean to anybody. Well, maybe that other person was just having a slightly off day. And you know what? Also, maybe they're just a jerk. But don't let that jerk ruin your good time. Smile, shrug it off, and go to your next game and have a great day.
And another tip for when you're playing games is to be mindful of not monopolizing the game. So if you're somebody who tends to talk a lot and tends to kind of take the reins, that's okay, but then also pull other players in. Say like, hey, what is so-and-so doing? Or I'm going to go do this with this other character. So you're kind of pulling them in, but also let other players make their own choices. Don't make the choices for them, but involve everybody at the table. And you're going to have so much more fun if your character is playing with the other characters and not just doing their own thing.
And if you notice someone being left out, something that's really cool to do is make sure that you try to specifically include them. Now, maybe they're having a great time by being quiet, but if they just seem to keep getting skipped, maybe try something like if the GM points to you and asks you what you're doing, be like, oh, I know what I want to do with the lever over there, but, you know, David, you had something you were just saying. It sounded like a really good idea. What were you trying to do? Pull someone else in and those kinds of things. And again, it goes back to it. If you're having a good time and helping facilitate others have a good time, everyone then has a really good time.
Yeah. All right. So those are our tips on how to be an excellent convention attendee. What are your suggestions on things you can do to improve your own convention experience as well as the other attendees' experiences?
Yeah, as well as don't forget to check out some of our convention survival guides, things to pack and ways to help plan. Convention season is absolutely upon us, and I hope that we get to see a bunch of you at the next one. We're going to be at Gen Con in August, so if you see us, come, say hi. Wave, and we'll see you there.
A big thanks to our patrons, especially Arvi. If you want to support our channel, you can head over to our Patreon page and check out the perks of being a patron.
So until the next video every Tuesday and Thursday, or until the next convention, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Dawn.
And this is Roll for Initiative.
Bye.
Bye. I said that weird. Wristwatch.
In 1849, some damned fool found gold in California. Hundreds of thousands of other damned fools raced across the untamed country to claim their share. The locals, the outlaws, the bandits, the burning deserts, and the freezing mountains made sure only the toughest survived. 19 years later, in 1868, California fell into the sea during the biggest earthquake ever reported, and tens of thousands of damned fools died. The new West Coast went from Mexico to Oregon. Everything west of that became the Maze, a series of jagged mesas towering over the sea channels below. It wasn't a complete loss, though. In the aftermath, they discovered pockets of a rock that burned 100 times longer and 100 times hotter than coal. When lit, it put off a puff of pale white smoke. It also howled like tortured souls when it was burned, and long-term exposure to the rock, or the smoke, caused strange mental effects in those that handled it. Those that first found it called it Ghost Rock, and the name stuck. It didn't take long to convert traditional coal-powered steam engines to operate on Ghost Rock, and with the power-to-weight advantage of the new material, it wasn't long before smaller engines were in use. Horseless carriages, Ghost Rock-powered ships, and even steam-powered rapid-fire weapons are still as rare as hen's teeth, but they do exist. Or so you've heard. There's even stories of a device that uses the Ghost Rock directly to spew gouts of flame onto the enemy. It ain't been no picnic politically, either. The Civil War that began in 1861 has been horribly and agonizingly prolonged by the use of Ghost Rock weapons by both sides. It's still going on now in 1877. The inevitable weakening of the two main proponents has resulted in a fractured nation. There aren't two factions on this part of the continent anymore. There are 6. An organization calling itself the United States of America controlled the north of what was once one country. President Ulysses S. Grant is trying to claim the whole of that country for his side and refuses to acknowledge the other nations. In the Confederate States to the south, President Jefferson Davis needs to get that Confederate state recognized as a nation to get himself re-elected. Ruled by the strong-willed Sitting Bull, the Sioux Nation has recently bloodied the nose of the Union at Little Bighorn. Custer is rumored to have survived and may be putting together a mercenary army bent on revenge. Since Ghost Rock was discovered in the sacred Black Hills of the Sioux Nations, thousands of white prospectors violated the borders in search of riches. This caused so much trouble that the leaders finally allowed the whites to mine the Black Hills, but only if they would not stray from there, if they paid a fee to the nations, and if they lived only in the treaty city of Deadwood. Those who strayed outside these boundaries were considered trespassers and subject to Sioux law. The penalty was invariably death. A mysterious cowled figure known as Coyote has drawn together a coalition of Cherokee, Comanche, Creek, Seminole, Kiowa, Chickasaw, and Choctaw First Nations, promising the same success as the Sioux have in their lands. Very little is known about this Coyote Federation. They stick to themselves and almost never leave their claimed territory. The Mormons, a.k.a. the Latter-day Saints, aggravated most of the people back east, and so their leader, Brigham Young, packed them off as far from New York as he could get them. They ended up in Utah. Salt Lake City was founded in 1847. A few years later, Brigham declared the nation of Deseret would govern itself until such time as a properly functioning national government was convened. He doesn't expect to give up his nationhood anytime soon. Salt Lake City is often called the City of Gloom because of its incredible factories. These factories build Ghost Rock-powered devices of steam and steel. The constant cloud of Ghost Rock soot that hangs in the air and permeates certain sections of the city give it its less than cheerful moniker. Although not seen as a nation, or even as a potential nation, Colorado, Kansas, and Oklahoma are called the Disputed Territories. But don't let that fool you. They are relatively free of the war only because they contain such a high density of railways and trails passing through them. What with troop transport, moving equipment and feed for the soldiers and their horses, transporting all other forms of military equipment, and the occasional heavy crate of pillaged gold, all sides in the ongoing war are up to their necks in debt to the railways, and so a deal has been struck. Everyone uses the railways, and no one blows them up. Because of this deal, this area is booming financially. The railroad barons in particular are piling up the profits. They are also acting as the de facto government, unelected, uncontrolled, and unbridled in their pursuit of more power and money. After the Great Quake of '68, remember that, a few survivors, led by one Reverend Grimm, made it to the new coast and started the City of Lost Angels, also known as the Celestial City. It is a circular city set around the Church of Lost Angels. The Reverend Grimm preaches against the coming of the railroads. He has declared a sovereign state just this year. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, game creatively. Bye.
Oh, well, so it looks like there's an elaborate plan. And what are we working with here? We've got adventure, vengeance, anxiety, and chaos. What could possibly go wrong? We'll find out on Too Many Warlocks.
So bubbly. All right.
Oh, it appears that Keith will be played by Kevin. The lovely Richard Bennett will be played by Sky. Pennington Wright by Don. And myself, I shall be playing Guy.
Excellent.
So the idea we had at the moment.
We are not good enough friends for that yet. Oh, God.
When last we left our heroes,
Kids, get out of my character? What?
they were devising an elaborate plan.
Not that elaborate.
A somewhat elaborate plan. A plan that is more elaborate than go in and attack things with magic.
Yeah.
Which has 2 to 3 more steps than what we are used to. And they have been left to their own devices as Regulus Q went to go inform his dragon friends as to their role in this plan to end the giant civil war. Important things that we're doing here. So, in the time given, is there anything additional you guys want to take care of?
But
I get to rest for like 30 minutes, so that's all I need.
All right. You have an hour.
Take the gargoyles off the cart,
Okay.
activate them, and bring them with us.
Excellent.
After reapplying lipstick and mascara.
Does someone else want to hold on to the bag? Since, something coming through the egg in case we need it would be a dead giveaway.
I see what you mean, eh?
I would say it would either need to be Yi as the highest ranking one or me as the lowest ranking one holding all the stuff. Or wait, are Richard and I both goons, or is Richard the guy in the purple?
I think it's easier for me to dress up as a goon. Anyways.
I think we were going one purple and 2 goons, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then yeah.
Representing our boss.
Gotcha. Then yeah.
And I too shall wear a disguise.
I too shall pretend to be another character. Excellent. Yeah, who are these strangers who have come to play this game with you?
See not the person under the towel.
So while
These are not the gamers you're looking for.
I just want to pop my head into the tower and ask, because it would be infinitely easier. MT1, is there a way to the ethereal end of the keep through the mage tower, or do I have to shift with my horse?
Unfortunately, I have not devised a way for beings that do not have that ability already to shift back and forth.
Finger guns, walking out, going over to Lady Veronica, as it were. And I just say with my mind, can you take me to the ethereal end of the keep real quick? I have a quick errand.
Certainly. Just put your hand on me.
Ooh.
Ooh. You're in the ethereal end of the keep.
I am looking for Corvo.
Corvan is kicking around. He's hanging out, talking to people.
I go up to him and just lightly tap him on the shoulder and say, excuse me, and I take my hat off and maybe stick my mustache to it so I don't look so not like me.
Yeah, what can I do for you?
Penathan Wright, we've met.
Yeah, I remember you.
I understand that you were slain in battle or underhandedly by Maldavos Blackwind, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Right? I also know you went to speak with him shortly before this happened to convince him to stray from the path he was on. This is also correct.
Yes.
Would you say there was something different about him in this moment? Was he still anything you would say which you knew was different?
Well, the change had occurred in him days before this.
Was it a sudden change, a gradual change?
It was gradual. He became less and less himself. It was disturbing the path that he was setting down. And I knew it would inevitably lead him into conflict with the rest of us. And I had to step in.
I see. And would you say, because, and I flipped through the book that I have, and I was like, I have been reading through his personal, journal entries, and I detected a pattern, and it seemed up until a point he was simply interested in being more powerful for the sake of his team, for the sake of being that, to be a protector, useful. But it appears that whatever happened after he absorbed that black shadow dragon is when a change occurred that made him more after power for the sake of power. And I guess really not to waste your time, but the long and the short of it is, he may have been foolish, but I don't know if he knowingly made this choice, to become this. And I believe perhaps there's a way to pull him back out and maybe get the old Maldavos back, or do you think there'd be any point in that? I'm kind of at the end of my tether here. I'm looking for a reason to save this man when everyone's telling me not to. And I don't know.
That's a difficult question for me to answer.
He didn't absorb you.
He did not.
And he didn't kill Kalazar. And he could have.
He didn't. You want to know whether absolute power corrupted him? Or maybe it was the power that was the source of the corruption?
Yes. I believe the latter, but I can't guarantee the former. But I believe the latter.
I wish I had answers for you. It's difficult to watch my group and my friends fall apart. We're not the team that we were all those years ago.
Right.
I
Okay.
would love nothing more than to see a world where that can be restored. But I don't know if that world exists, Mr. Wright.
Okay. I will do everything in my power to see it come to fruition if it is possible. But all I can say for now is, I'll do my best. Do you have any leads at all for anyone that would specialize in this kind of knowledge. You were around during that time. He had to learn this from somewhere. I just need, with Calazar out of the way, I have no one else to ask. Do you know where I could find more information on either the rituals he used or someone that specializes in that kind of magic?
If you're looking for knowledge, the best place to start is Candlekeep.
We're headed that way anyway, so sounds like a plan. Thank you, Corvo. I truly hope that this was all just some horrible misunderstanding that we'll all come home at the end of the day.
I'd love to believe that. You're a more optimistic person than I am, but heck, I'm dead. So,
well, if you'll excuse me, I have to go, and I pull off my fake mustache and put it back on. I have to go take a halfling and an egg to a cloud giant. And,
okay. Good luck with that.
And I touch Lady Bella and phase back to the other side.
All right.
I want to very quickly talk to MT1.
All right.
Before we go.
Certainly. MT1 is available.
Hey, buddy, I got 2 questions for you, eh?
Of course, I will answer.
One, have we got a non-lethal poison that like burn like hell when you get it on your skin? Something you could put on a dagger, right? I tell you why. I'm trying to make somebody think we try and poison them and it fail, eh? I want them to feel like they are poisoned, but I don't want to kill anybody, eh?
I do not know much about poisons. However, I believe our new alchemist knows a few things.
Of course, eh? So smart you are, eh? Now, this next one I know is the right question for you, eh? When we are in the tower, you control the tower, eh? You have the control panel and you do all the thing with the finger and everything, do what you tell it, right? Eh?
Yes.
So, there's no nice way to put this. How did Blackwind get out?
I was disabled.
Ah. So, if we repeat the situation and you are not disabled, you don't get out?
Anyone that is in the tower currently does not leave unless I would desire them to.
Friend, you have made my day in so many ways it is not even possible. Pardon my ignorance, but do you drink, eh?
I do not require alcohol consumption.
But does it do anything to you if you does consumption?
I have not done the necessary experiments to know.
Well, you go and tell Tommy you want to do that experiment and it's on Guy's bill, eh?
I shall do so.
You make my day, my friend, and I fist bump him.
All right, he fist bumps you back.
And then I quickly go find our alchemist and try and get him. I just want, like I said, something.
He like tumbles out of a doorway. Somebody say something about poison.
Yeah, dude, hey, you are making the hallucinogenics because we're almost there, buddy. We're in the
This
last
guy.
stretch. For sure.
This
Right? 10
guy.
days. 10 days, my friend. We are do 10 days that nobody remembers. I know this.
Wait, what day is it?
It's day 2.
Holy shit. Okay.
Okay.
So you said poison. What's up?
Yeah, I need some poison that when you put on the dagger or something, eh, when you scratch someone with it, it burn like hell, but don't really do any damage. Eh?
So you don't want them to die.
Exactly. I want them to think they are going to die, but then they are miraculously saved. Eh?
Oh, I got a leaf for that. And he goes in and he kind of like roots through his stuff and he brings you out a jar of leaves. Do not get this on your skin.
For sure.
At all.
Okay. We just dip in and then put the lid back on and
You gotta rub the leaves on the blade.
without touching the skin. Okay.
Yeah, wear some gloves or something.
I got some nice gloves, eh? Then I throw them away after.
Absolutely. Yeah, you don't need those anymore.
Sure.
Don't wipe with it.
This is why I want to spend 10 days on drugs with you, my friend, eh? You and I, we think alike, eh?
I knew a guy in the Underdark. Head first into a black pudding. It was so bad.
Hey, who hasn't had a Saturday like that, eh?
Rest his soul.
There's one of them and for sure, like, we got to go, eh?
All right, well, good luck on whatever you're doing. I'm making some freaky potions in here. Me and the Mechano Man are working on a defensive thing. I don't know what for. I slip in and out.
You need some help back inside, or you are good, eh?
No, I think I got this.
All right. And I make sure he's crawled up on the door so he can at least stumble himself back inside.
I get back to making potion.
And I'll head back, and I basically, just to save time, I tell Key 3 that this is what this does, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
So if you can even just scratch him, he's going to think he's going to die. Distract him maybe a little bit more while we get away, eh? And then, he thinks, oh, he beat it because the silly little people didn't put enough to kill a giant, eh?
Am I up near this conversation?
You would be in the vicinity of the tower when this is happening.
So, I don't know. Did I hear y'all say that? Did you say that near me?
Yeah, you could have. I mean, Whistle Whip isn't exactly quiet.
I walk up and I'm like, after that conversation, I'm just looking at my book and I close it. I hear this and I'm like, quick thought. We're already dressed up like members of the cult. We already have daggers on our person. Maybe a crossbow would be better so that you don't have to get within touching distance of a giant only to have to run away. Just a thought.
But it's going to sell it more if I try and stab him with the dagger.
The ceremonial dagger, right?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I'm with y'all. I'm just trying to think of ways to get out.
I don't want Key 3 to get smashed by a giant.
Exactly, right? I mean,
I don't either.
That's a good plan. All right.
I don't plan on that.
You can bamf fast, eh?
Yep.
Sorry. I'd like to take one very quick moment.
Sure.
Head over to Tommy.
Sure.
And this is just, Tommy, if the worst happens, send this letter.
I will do so. Oh, and if you get the opportunity to maybe collect a little bit of dragon blood or a little bit of giant blood, not that I'm falling off the wagon or anything, but a little bit of a boost for the battle to come, maybe be a good idea.
I'll work on that.
If you get the opportunity.
Oh, wow. A vampire all hopped up on giant blood. Ooh. I want that on my side.
All right.
Ooh.
Regulus coup.
No, this makes it more likely to die. Because Richard's going to try.
We can just ask for a transfusion from Regulus. Better than giant.
Yeah, hopped up on copper dragon blood.
We won't even have to fight.
That's a bad scene, man. All right.
Richard's going to try to get them both.
So Regulus Coup arrives. And he says, all right, you all ready to go?
For sure, right?
Yep.
All right, now you feel free to hop on up. I got thick scales. I'll barely know you're there. Make sure you hang on.
All right.
You want the gargoyle to ride you, or you prefer they fly like alongside? Eh? You're too fast, though, eh?
I'm too fast. They better. Yeah, I'll put an arm out, and they can hang on there.
Yeah, control rod. Tell them what to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you hold on tight, little gargoyles. All right.
Yeah, I'm dressed as the purple, but I haven't done Mask of Many Faces to change my face yet.
Y'all are pretty good at disguises. I could tell you were resourceful folks. I appreciate that. We might do business again in the future. This all turns out nice.
How attached are you to your blood?
That is an oddly specific question, but I am quite attached to my blood and wish to keep it inside me.
Cool. I'll ask someone else then.
Why are you asking for dragon blood, Richard?
It's not important.
Okay.
All right, on that note, I'm just not going to ask any more questions. And we're going to go now.
Strap the egg somewhere on his person somewhere, or he has it in his other claw or something.
Hold on tight. Up into the air. Cruising through the sky. In a moment, the keep is off in the distance. And wind blowing past all of you as you're racing towards the mountains to the north, where you were seemingly just moments ago. And you fly over the remains of the battlefield, and even at this height and this distance, you can see the carnage left behind by that battle that you were so close to. And
the bodies are still here?
Many of the bodies are still there, but you can kind of see some imprints in the snow where bodies moved.
Okay.
And you are brought to the remains of a castle up in the north. It's in a kind of mountain alcove. There are sections of wall collapsed. It's shaped kind of like a square. One wall is completely collapsed in, and there's a circular keep at the center of it. And then that circular keep separates into a smaller spire that rises up. Now, this is in sight, he goes low to the ground. He's like, "You hang on now, we're gonna get in real close. I don't want you guys to have to walk so far. You don't want to be late for the ball." And he swoops in real close, nice and close to the ground, and then kind of lets everybody out near this broken section of wall. He says, "All right, now you folks take it from here. Now I'm going to give you something." And he goes back into his human form, reaches into a pouch, and gives you a small bottle with what appears to be like a flame inside. Now this here is just a little bit of dragon fire. You throw this to signal that you need a pickup, and I'll come running. All right?
Thank you.
This is your emergency, but it'll only work outside. I can't get in there to get you out. Mess the whole plan up.
So who's carrying that then?
I kind of feel like that's Keythree's wheelhouse, but if it's magic, maybe we shouldn't put it in the egg.
The problem is if she is trapped inside and can't get outside, then none of us get rescued then.
Who's carrying the
I don't
rudder?
mean to be a cold bastard, but
Put it in the bag.
Yeah, who's got the bag of holding? Was that Guy or me?
I mean, you're the leader.
Yeah, but I'm also the goon. How ornate is our bag of holding?
Bag of holding is usually something that the person who handles the goods.
Okay, fine.
would have.
I'll have the bag of holding. It's cute anyway. It eats stuff, apparently.
All right.
So I'll stick that in the bag of holding.
He sets your gargoyles kind of up against the back of the wall so they're hidden, kind of piles up some snow.
make sure the control rod is easily accessible.
Yeah, stick that in my coat.
All right, now. Oh, good luck on your mission. I hope you succeed. And, Bahamut bless you. And I'm gonna go to a safe distance now. And
Good
he
luck on
takes
your
off.
mission.
Takes off, like weaving in and out between the spires of the mountains to try and keep under cover.
Guys, we just rode on a dragon.
I know, eh? Now we got to live to tell everyone, eh?
Yeah.
All right, so let's go over the plan one last time while we can. Keythree's in the egg. Did he drop a cart with us, or are we just carrying the egg?
Yeah, he dropped. You guys had the cart, so he brought it along with you.
All right,
He has 4 claws to carry things in, so he had the gargoyles on one. And
egg on the cart. Keythree's going to be in the egg. I'm just the guy helping, navigate this cart. Richard's with me.
Richard is pushing the cart.
I present the present and
All
bow and scrape, and we leave. And then when we get the message from inside, which mostly involved Key3 appearing outside, we jump on the gargoyle and we flee. If we need help at that point, we break the glass and the dragon come. Eh?
And Richard and I shouldn't talk for any reason. We'll just...
I don't think in this instance that you probably would. Eh?
All right.
Just like short, curt.
If you are spoken to, of course, yeah.
Yeah, like a dark howdy.
like the darkest howdy.
Out of character. This is Does Awakened Mind, because I know it only works within 30 feet, but if 2 people are reaching out with Awakened Mind, does the distance become 60 feet?
Oh, wow. I think I know where the other is, and it's obscured by like.
I think the distance. I think you still need that distance, regardless of the of how many people are participating in it.
Okay.
Yeah,
because it's a send and receive thing.
Yeah, we're not going to know what happened until she appears beside us, right? That's when we know it's time to go.
All right.
Once we drop her off, she is entirely on her own.
Well, and Penn has to let me know once you guys are clear.
Before we're out, as we're walking away. Yeah. So there's something you do have to, that is part of the plan that we didn't go over.
And if we have to kill, then we do it. I'm putting that out there. It's not like I want to. I'm just saying, like, I know I've been I don't want to, but like, if we have to.
If it's our lives or a cloud giant, I will always choose my life.
That is fair.
There are 3 giants in there, any one of which could smash us all like paste. We don't fight there, we run.
Oh, I was talking about the dragon cult, but
I don't even know we're going to see them, eh?
Oh, well,
I guess we'll find out.
You can certainly see if you want to take a look. So there are a number of people kind of milling about the courtyard of this place.
Well, as we put Key 3 in the egg, I just wanted to say to her, you trust me?
I do.
Holy shit. Eh?
Oh.
Okay. I don't let you down. I don't let you down at all. Eh?
Can I very quickly to Key 3 just hand her a small vial?
Sure.
Please fill this with giant blood. If you have the opportunity.
I won't make any promises.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting you to. I
almost forgot. Here, I pull my gloves on. Give me those leaves and the dagger, right?
Carefully hand over.
And with my gloves on.
I have to ask, because this is so important as we're putting Key 3 into this egg, slathering this dagger with shit. You said people were wandering around. Are they like through a doorway somewhere they can't see us? Or
they are on the other side of this ruined wall. So you are on a section of collapsed wall, kind of ducked behind the rubble.
Okay.
So if you are but a perception check away from figuring out who these people are.
I will run one then.
So I'll do that and then just drop the gloves because they're covered in this stuff. Very carefully, Key 3 back the dagger and said, don't touch that thing.
I will. I'm assuming the dagger has some kind of sheath.
Yeah, I would think. Yeah.
Richard, you notice that these appear to be members of the dragon cult because a number of them are wearing the same kind of clothing as you guys.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm going to very quickly relay this to the group.
And your perception of the area also notices something. There are a number of dragon cult here. This castle appears to be giant-sized. The doorway is giant-sized. But this place doesn't appear to have been lived in a while.
So it's mostly giantless. Good news for us.
And the dragon cultists are humans, right?
They are a mixture of races.
Okay.
Mostly humanoid. You do see the odd dragonborn and half dragon wandering about.
And I look at Yi and I'm like, well, this is all on you, I suppose. Should we have a safe word in case, you need...
About to run.
That works. And I put on my...
I was thinking rutabaga, but, that's just my brain me.
All right.
So I want to watch these people for just a second. Is there a procession? Are they waiting?
They
They
seem to be doing patrols. So there's a number of them milling about. There are a group of 3 kind of guarding the doorway that leads into this keep. And the rest are kind of milling about the grounds. You do see that there are 4 wyverns chained up presumably for transport.
Yeah. We're going to get chased when we leave. Okay, you guys ready? We're just going to walk right up, eh?
I'm going to cast Armor of Shadows. Just
All right.
precaution.
Absolutely.
I'm covered up. I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion when I need to, but
All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
wait.
I do Mask of Many Faces, just generic human.
So, all right, generic human. How are you walking out here? Give me the configuration.
I'm
It's
in
a
the egg.
relatively small cart. Yeah, so yeah, she's
Yeah.
in the egg. I'm walking first. The two of them, Richard, you said you were pushing the
pushing.
cart, so that I guess
Second.
Penn is pulling. If it's a push-pull cart, does that work?
Sure.
All right.
So just straight past everybody, right to the door.
All right. The one of the gentlemen wearing purple at the door. He appears to be human, kind of a large fellow, big beard. Says, "You're going inside?"
One has been sent with a present from a high river.
High River, we weren't informed of a present.
Of course you weren't. We don't announce these things. Look what we've brought. And I pointed the dragon egg on the cart. Came from High Moor just days ago.
Are we really giving these giants an egg?
One needs to earn their trust. As you know, and I look around, you have to be trusted by the people that you lie to, so that when they turn their backs on you, you'll get the chance to put the knife in. Pink Floyd reference for anybody that missed that.
Yeah. Where did this order come from?
I am not at liberty to share.
All right, throw that deception check for me. But you have really good costumes and stuff, so I'm going to give you advantage.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, dear. All right, well, he's not very good either.
Ah.
No, blow the shitty ones on the guy at the door.
All right, I imagine you're not at liberty to say. It makes sense to send the gift ahead of the ambassador. All right, the giant ambassador is waiting in the banquet hall. Be on your best behavior. We can't afford any missteps.
One is always on one's best behavior.
And he
The
says,
door.
Open the gates. And the other gentleman push the gates open.
And I'm hoping that the Mask of Many Faces is covering the sweat that's just pouring off his face.
It's like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
And once we're inside, look for something that looks like a banquet hall.
All right, so once you're inside, there is basically these branching curved hallways that go in either direction, both of them inordinately high, and there is a small doorway in front of you that you feel isn't likely what you're looking for. You're probably looking to go down one of these hallways, either left or right.
Anyone present?
There is nobody inside currently, and after you've gone in, the doors are slowly shut behind you.
Okay.
Left or right? Left?
Yep.
All right.
And again, walking like I'm on a mission. Not walking like I own the place. I'm only a lieutenant, but I am on a mission, on a very important mission.
You're walking like you're on a mission. Eventually, it opens up into a large section, and there are two cloud giant soldiers. And they are standing by this door like they're on guard.
And I make it loud because I know they're big and I'm little. But I do not use thaumaturgy. Just raise my voice as much as I can. One bears gifts from the dragon talons for your ambassador.
What kind of gifts?
And I just step aside and sort of signify the egg, like the big fucking egg. I don't say it, but that's the look.
Belois, the small things think they can buy us off with dragon eggs. Just kind of echoes throughout.
It is not what a dragon egg is, sir. It is what a dragon egg can become. That is important. One wishes to train them from youth, especially the green ones. They are a little... Their nature is aggressive.
And he leans in, gets down on his haunches and kind of leans in close to you.
Stare him right in one big eye.
You know how many green dragons I've killed, little thing?
And how many has the ambassador had as a pet? One doesn't wish to be rude, but certainly this decision does not lie with you. Certainly it lies with the ambassador as to whether he accepts or denies this gift.
Oh, throw that intimidate on that.
Normal roll, or am I still advantaging?
Give me that normal.
Okay.
Oh. Well, all right.
Open the door.
Ambassador Wispus will have an audience. I just need to announce you first. What is your name?
We need only be known as representatives of the Dragon Talon. The gift is from all of them.
Very well. He pushes the door open. Ambassador Wispus, representatives of the Dragon Talon have arrived with a gift. If it pleases your ambassadorship. What's that? Oh, send him in, I guess. And there is this massive banquet hall. And from your height, all you see is a pair of legs sticking out at the back end of this table.
The face immediately, all that arrogant crap is gone. I am in the presence of royalty now, and I am only a lieutenant. So obsequiously, I signal to keep the cart slightly behind me and make my way forward hopefully into a spot where I can see whoever's sitting at the table, the ambassador.
All right. So I have laid the room out for you now. It is inordinately large.
Yeah, so I guess I'd start to walk towards someplace where he can see me and start talking at the same time.
All right. Which side are you going to go to?
The north. Looks
the
like
north side?
There's more squares up there for us to move it on the map.
All right.
I can get a better angle quicker.
All right. So you go up there and he kind of leans over the side of the table, munching on something.
And deep, obsequious, like floor-licking bow. One is sent as a representative of the dragon cult. The Dragon Talon cult, to be precise. With this present for you, we thought perhaps you might like a pet.
A pet?
A green dragon egg, harvested recently from a nest in the high moors. The mother fought quite viciously, but was of course overwhelmed.
Well, wipes off his hands on his robes and bring it to me.
I wave for them to bring the cart forward.
While we are doing this, I would have been like, again, I'm not giving anything away, but I'm just looking at the sides of the room. Are there any windows? Especially like, it's a castle, so are they open windows?
There are some open windows at quite a height for you guys.
Because we can't outrun giants. And I say with awakened mind as we're proceeding, because this is a long walk, I'm like, perhaps we should have the gargoyle rods at the ready. Maybe they can come through that window because we will not be able to outrun these folks. I was not expecting this large of an area.
So he is turned in his seat, and he is a hefty-looking cloud giant. It's clear that this is not a warrior. This is a pampered, this is a pampered delegate. This is a bureaucrat.
Awakened mind allows two-way conversation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Ben, we are walking out of here. The only one that has to get to a window is key 3, and she can...
Where's the window? I awaken mind.
Yeah, she can't see.
I'm gonna say it's to the side of the room, to the left of the. This is a big room. You'll see it.
Yeah, no, there are. It's to the north. The room is curved at the northern side, and there are 3 windows along the northern side that you can see light shining in from.
How high?
They are approximately about 20 feet off the ground.
Yes.
Good. It's golden.
Did we leave key 3 a gargoyle rod? Right? We did?
I'm assuming I took one, but I have like the dagger and the rod.
Okay, cool, good.
So
Like,
he
gesture them to bring the card up and then say, perhaps it would be best if Sir were to pick it himself. We wouldn't want to drop it at this point.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know if you all knew. I am quite fond of pets.
Oh.
This is what we had heard. Yes, sir, this is what we had heard.
This is amazing. I know. Okay, like this was just this was a difficult position. And I volunteered because I know that the past, the dragon wars, that's the past. The future is giants and dragons together. And you are proving this to me. I don't know how you knew. I've always wanted my own little pet. And he kind of leans in and kind of gingerly picks up the cart and sets it on the table in front of him. And he's like, "Ooh."
Well, sir, perhaps it would be best if we left you with your new gift.
Just a moment.
Sir.
I do not know how to care for this egg.
Oh, one places it in the window, sir, where it is warm, where the sunlight strikes it. That is enough for a green dragon egg to hatch.
Really?
Quite simple.
And
a high window ledge, sir, any place in the sun.
what do they eat?
Everything, sir.
Really?
Once they're large enough, you can even feed them those dilettantes and delinquents you'd rather not have around.
Oh, now that is an idea.
It's a pet and a garbage disposal, sir.
You said it was a green one.
It is, sir.
What do the green ones do?
They are particularly known, sir, for spewing a particularly vile material. Might be great fun at parties.
Really?
Can you imagine having one up one's sleeve? You're talking to some boring bastard from head office. The fun, sir.
I imagine he could live on my shoulder. They get quite large, I've heard.
Well, eventually, sir, you will be riding him rather than the other way around.
Oh, that would be a sight.
Or her, I should say. We know
There's no way to know, is there?
Not until considerable time has passed after they've hatched, sir.
I will call it Cloudwing.
Magnificent, sir. And perhaps we shall leave you now with Cloudwing to bond. And remember, sir, a high window, lots of light.
Well, I think that's everything.
We simply ask, of course, sir, that you remember this gift.
Absolutely. Do you know when the other ambassador will get here?
We have deemed it best if we do not know of each other's travelings, especially when we are on delicate missions, sir.
You are all very secretive.
Indeed, sir, it is how we have survived so long.
Well, send to your superiors that our deepest condolences for the contingent that died at the fall of Cloudspire.
An unfortunate incident, sir. I will pass on those feelings. I'm sure they will be appreciated.
We don't know where they got those crazy weapons. It was really weird.
It is something we also wish to know, sir.
Do you think your dragons can handle this?
We can, suffice it to say, sir, up till now we've handled everything that's come along. I don't think this is the biggest difficulty we've ever faced.
Well, you had a good run of it, and we were allies in the past. I mean, the last ordning issue we had was minor. We were only holding the dragon suppression stone for a friend.
Of course, sir. One never questioned you.
I'm glad that you know that. It's true. I just wanted you to know that. It's true.
I understand, sir, and will make sure that my superiors also are very clear on this issue.
How long will this take to hatch?
We are slightly uncertain as to the date of its laying. We expect something in the realm of between 30 days and 6 months.
Oh, that's a very long time.
Yes, sir, on the windowsill, sir.
Do you have any older eggs?
I can certainly check upon my return, sir. Perhaps a brother or sister for this one.
I love Cloudwing. But what if there's an older egg that I could have as a dragon pet sooner?
A sort of older brother for Cloudwing, sir.
Yeah. That, like,
And
this is a great gift.
Sir, and in return, sir, would remember both these gifts, sir?
Absolutely.
We'll have one sent on immediately, sir.
Okay. I think that's all. And he quickly tries to regain his composure.
Mm.
You may leave my chamber.
Very well, sir. And backing out obsequiously, scooting these guys behind. I know they're doing it correctly, but I'm shooing them anyway. And I'm looking at Penn like, do the thing.
As we're within range, but right about to get out of range, I say to Key 3, theoretically he will be putting you on the windowsill quickly, but just in case the window's over to the north, I believe. I don't know, the sun, blah, 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 blah. We're leaving now. Best of luck. Maybe give us a 30-second head start. Maybe a couple minutes. It's a big room.
Yeah, you know how long it took us to get in here, right?
See you soon.
Best
All
of
right.
luck.
So you guys start walking out of the room, and he's just like, oh. And Key 3 inside, you hear him whispering to the egg. Cloudwing, you're gonna be the best of friends. I'm gonna raise you to be a big, strong dragon. And then I'll get a promotion. And then I'll let me eat at the big table. Okay. Maybe I should take you to the window. Cloudwing, I hope we're the best of friends. And as he's doing this, you guys make it to the door, and as you make it to the door, you kind of stand there awkwardly for a little bit, and you go, open! Allow my visitors to leave. I have such a cute little dragon egg.
Gone. And the second we're around that corner back by the gargoyles, Guy has dropped the mask and is throwing up into a bush.
Guy, I don't often say nice things. Would you give the trickster king a run for his money?
Oh, did we make it all the way back?
Yeah, you guys don't encounter any resistance as you leave this room.
All right. As we're shoving everything off and whatever, I'm like, we need to get the gargoyles. We got to go.
As you guys are leaving the keep, 3 wyverns come down into the courtyard and land. And 3 of those guys wearing those masks get off, start heading towards the door.
No.
Are we within? Oh, how far is message?
It's far. Meanwhile, back inside.
20 feet? I'm going to try.
Yeah,
I don't know where we are compared to Key3. I will attempt to send.
You could try to run around the outside and like get to a window and see.
Why? We should take
Actually,
gargoyles.
The real ones are there. The real ones are there.
Guy, I'm going to get onto a gargoyle myself, and I'm going to get on Michael.
Okay.
I named my gargoyle.
Yep.
From last time. It's canonical. And I'm flying to the approximately where Key3 would be.
All right.
Below.
What are you doing?
You can find the window fairly easily. Meanwhile, back inside.
Oh boy.
So if you're on the gargoyles and you're going around the outside of this kind of circular keep area, you can make it to that you can see where those windows were because you recognize them from the inside.
Yes, I am telling everyone else to stay put. I am back up.
All right.
And if we can't make it out, they better sure as hell make it out.
Inside the egg, Key3, you hear, okay, Cloudwing, I'm going to put you up on the windowsill. You make sure not to roll off, okay? I've never taken care of a dragon egg before, but I know we're going to be best friends. And you feel the cart moving.
Okay, I'm gonna wait to feel like getting set down.
Okay. And then you feel it gets set down at the window. And then you hear up close to it, okay, Cloudwing, you rest here, grow up big and strong, and then we'll be best friends as soon as you're ready to come out.
And then I break out of the and jump out and stab him in his face, which I assume is really close because he's whispering.
He's right up. You open it up, and it's just like a face right in front of you, and his eyes go wide.
And I yell for Tiamat as I stab him. So, do you want me to just roll?
Yeah, give me that attack roll. Give it with advantage for surprise attack.
Okay. Just a D20 or I've got a dagger if that works.
Roll it with your regular,
Okay.
like you're making a packed weapon attack.
Okay. So, advantage. Turn on.
I guess technically we had an hour. She could have made
Yeah, I
it.
could have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a fire dagger. So
Oh, but then you can't leave it. Can't leave your packed weapon.
Well, I mean, it's not actually her packed weapon.
I know.
We'll
Okay,
do
yeah.
different,
Sorry.
but yeah.
My rules lawyer jumped in there for a second. I will shut up now.
Shut up, damn it. So, all right. Where you go? Are you just slashing blindly or are you going for a stab motion?
I'm going for a stab, like trying to leave it, like ideally in an eye.
Okay. You leap out of that egg and the dagger goes right into the eye. And as soon as your dagger goes into the eye, a gout of flame launches out of it.
what is wrong with you?
And then from the leaves. He is rolling on the floor. He falls over fully. Make a Constitution save when this cloud giant hits the ground.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, sorry, I still had advantage on. So.
All right, let's re-roll that. Okay, that's not a good number. You are knocked off of your feet while you're in this egg, so you're kind of like knocked over in the cart. He is on the ground. He is clawing at the eye that you have stabbed him in, and just writhing in pain. And why, Cloudwing? We were supposed to be the best of friends.
And yeah, Richard should be hovering right outside that window.
I am swooping in to
it's
grab her.
Yeah, well, as soon as I can, I'm going to Misty step like to the outside on the ground.
Okay.
Of the window.
Sure. So you Misty step. You're in your feet hit the snow, and then you flutter with your cape, and you're ready to go. You guys can still hear the screaming echoing inside, and then you hear the guards. What happened, my lord? What happened? It was an ambush. It hurts so much.
Lose the disguises. We go now, eh?
I need you to cut out my eye.
What did you do?
Just go. We tell you later, eh? And I'm cranking the control rod, trying to get it to go 3 oranges.
I grab my...
I'm keeping my disguise on. I don't want to be seen leaving.
All right. We have been betrayed! I don't think I'll ever be able to see again! Our world is agony!
I specifically left the dagger, in his eye.
In the eye?
Yeah.
No, all I see is blood.
I'm gonna have nightmares on this one.
Let's get out of here.
All right, the gargoyles are saddled, and you can make some speed.
Yeah, if the wyverns start to close, we'll throw the flaming dragon thing, right? Or are we just calling them in anyway? You've got it. Never mind. I don't make that decision.
Yeah.
Penn's the one that's got it.
I've got it, and I say to the others, I was like, I think it might be a better idea to hold on to this until we need it. I don't know why I'm talking like this.
It's the disguise.
Yeah. Giddy up, yeehaw, woo.
Yeah, let's go away. Zip, zip. We get back to the place, and we got here on Dragon back, and we get to the teleport circle from how close is it to here?
Yeah, where are we?
No, we
maybe
need
we just go a ways away and then summon the dragon.
Some distance so they don't see us, and then we call the dragon to take us home.
There are mountains everywhere, so there's a place that you could probably nestle into.
Oh, wait, we know where the battlefield. We saw it on the way here.
Yeah.
The teleportation circle is right next to that.
But if Q is waiting for us to...
Because how else will he know?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
yeah, that was important thing from him.
That was a miscommunication on our part, but yeah, okay, we'll use it.
Yeah. All right.
Let him come get us. Let's get the hell out of here.
You throw the dragon fire down, it lights up in this bright flame. And after a while, this big copper dragon flies down and lands near you guys. Now, I heard those screams all the way from my hiding spot. Y'all are stone cold.
One has been through this before.
Yeah, K3, high five.
That was horrible.
That was amazing, you guys. Holy
shit. That was awesome.
Oh, shit, that was me. I'm not the one who spent all that time locked in the little egg. Holy shit. Brave beyond belief, eh? I just flapped my lips. I'm smarter than a giant. Big fucking deal, eh?
But you did such a good job.
That was amazing. I knew I picked the right people for the job. All right.
Like I said before, you'd give fairies run for their money.
Well,
okay, I lie pretty good, eh?
You folks did an excellent job for me. Now I will reward you as I said. And he produces this small horn. And now this horn is brass, but the end of it, where the sound comes out, is separated into 4 metallic dragon heads. There's a copper, a bronze, and a silver. And also a gold. And
if you're going to call 4 of them, that's the 4 you want.
he says, now just give a blow on this. This is a one-time deal. So use it wisely.
You. Could I also ask a very, very tiny favor?
Certainly, whatever you need.
Could I have a little bit of blood?
Again with the blood.
A friend asked me to get some.
I'll see what I can do for you. All right.
I just need like a small vial. I can do it now.
I'm not going to do it right now because we are far too close. I don't know if you know, this is chromatic dragon territory and it can smell.
I mean, when we get back to the keep, I can do this.
Maybe. If you like, I can give you folks a lift somewhere else if you're going anywhere.
Candlekeep?
That's even better. Yeah, straight to Candlekeep, eh?
No problem.
Oh, but before we go there, Penn, you got the thing like under your hat, and I don't mean your head, that the paladin are probably not going to like so much, eh?
No, I'd left my other hat at home, and I'm not taking handy anywhere without that hat. Although, wait, I want to go get my hat. I don't.
Too late to Candlekeep.
I'm gonna have a week without.
So you don't got him with you, eh?
No, I left. I was gonna say that when we landed, but we got caught up in planning. I was gonna say I specifically do not have him because I do not have my other hat, and there's no reason I would have thought to have brought him here.
He's just laying in your hat back in your room.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's even better, eh?
That wasn't even on purpose for this. I didn't even think we were going.
Folks, I'm gonna give you.
Don't see that little bit of rot on the top of your head, eh? I think maybe you're going bald a little bit back there too, eh?
No,
What?
it's just the disguise.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what we tell him, eh? It's just a disguise. He's not going bald at 22, eh?
I'm 29. Oh wait, no, that's never mind. I don't remember my age. It's
He
Jet.
doesn't know either. He's just having one off on you.
All right, well, I'll drop you folks off at Candlekeep. Hop on board. Take another dragon flight out. Bring your gargoyles with you. And that way, you got a way to get home.
It's also
a
going
good
to look
idea.
pretty impressive to the paladins when we get dropped off by a dragon.
No paladins at Candlekeep. It's all scholars there.
What?
What?
2 different places, right? Candlekeep and the Paladin place. The 2 different.
Oh, I meant
I
the
thought they were the
paladin
same.
place.
The Paladin place I thought was Candlekeep.
No,
So did
they're
I.
2 different places. You're thinking of Daggerford.
Yeah, Candlekeep is information, and the Paladins are the weapon or item. That
Are they
generates radiant damage.
close?
Oh, they're very close to each other. Daggerford's practically a short walk from Candlekeep.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
we're not walking anywhere, eh? Looking at the gargoyles.
actually maybe we should get dropped off at
Daggerford.
Daggerford since we have the dragon rapport. I didn't even think about that because paladins and dragons are pretty tight, right?
Look, that orb ain't really good for dragons neither. I don't think I can go right into Daggerford.
Oh, all right. Candlekeep works.
Yes, as close as you can, eh?
All
We're going
right.
to do both of them anyway.
I'll go drop you off at Candlekeep. Hop on board. Hang on tight. Hang on real tight now. We're gonna take a dive off these high mountains, and then we're going down low.
I've actually done this in a helicopter. It's freaky.
All right. So once everybody's on board,
Key 3, 2 times in one day on Dragon, eh?
cruising down, going past all these villages and towns. You can see the long road. Eventually, you just whip past Avalon Keep, and you can see yourselves quickly approaching Candlekeep, is this enormous spire that rises up into the sky.
As we're doing this while we're in the middle, do I still have the bag or did I already hand it back to Key 3?
I think you would still have it. I don't think there was a moment.
While I still have it, I'm taking out the sending stone and I'm calling back to the keep and being like, "Hey, MT1,
Yes.
Listen, I'm gonna stick something through this bag, and I stuck it through to the keep, and I was like, "Can you go to my room and get my hat and put it in the vault, and leave the undead hand in my room? He'll be with Whisper. Just let them do their thing, but just I would like my hat, please. It's important."
I shall do so.
Thank you.
Give me a few moments.
Of course. Thank you. Bye.
All right.
I have to say that Mechanical Man sounded slightly put out by the offer. Yes, if I must.
All right. I guess.
Brain the size of a planet.
You were gonna get him drunk.
Limitless capabilities.
I gotta figure out how to get him right. Everybody's getting wrecked when this is over.
Having to do things like this.
That's Gee's gift to the world.
All right. So before long, you are dropped off at Candlekeep. And there are a number of scholars kind of milling about. Again, he tries to keep a low profile so as not to startle the locals.
Now you can drop us off nearby. We make our own entrance, eh? Maybe 4 people arriving on gargoyles distract from the copper dragon flying away into the sunset, eh?
Absolutely. Now, if you need anything, you all be sure to let me know.
Blood.
All right? We're allies now.
How will we
Already mentioned what I need.
I'll see what I can do. If I get something, I'll drop it off.
Please drop it off at the keep and give it to Tommy.
Very well.
How can we get in contact with you other than this horn? Because I know this is a one-use thing. Is there any other reliable method to get in contact with you?
You got a big place there. Get creative. Chances are I'll see it.
All right.
Hey, Mr. Koo.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, eh?
No. Thank you. I'll keep you all
Trusted us,
appraised of how this all goes down, but I'm hoping this ought to cool off this fiery war here. At least a little bit.
You were successful on your mission. We forgot to ask, eh?
Everybody did very well.
Of course they did, eh?
Forges shut down. Although it was odd, there were dwarves at the operation.
Stout bow dwarves.
Stoutbeard, yeah.
Stoutbeard, yeah.
They were helping them design everything. We destroyed any plans we could get our hands on.
They had their trademark all over the stuff they almost kill us with, eh?
Yeah, dwarves and giants don't usually get along. This is disturbing.
That reminds me of something very important that would actually be of huge help. Actually, I turned to the others and say, this might actually be better than if they came the day of. I don't know. And I turn to him and I say, I know it's chromatic dragon territory, but where we just were, there are a lot of bodies we do not want coming back. If you could even have anybody or anything either set that ablaze in one fell swoop or make anything of that type without getting anywhere too close, we don't need those bodies coming back, because they will.
I hear what you're saying. Tell you what, I got some friends of mine. They could give everybody a little bit of Viking burial.
Perfect. Thank you.
Just to be safe. I know you're having trouble with that undead fella.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a good idea, eh? Thank you.
Well, best of luck on your journeys. And if you need me, well, you know how to find me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Take care, Warlocks. And takes off.
Take care, old man, eh?
Bye. Did anyone tell him we were well? I don't think.
What a day, eh?
Oh, it feels so good to be back in my own clothes.
And Penn, I just stabbed him in the eye, and I didn't realize that fire was going to shoot out of that dagger, so I've done a little more damage than I meant to do, but
It could have told.
it was right there.
Your patron, I don't think you like him very much, eh?
I think it was the dagger, because yours, the
These
white one
daggers are
does.
imbued with elemental I'm pretty sure I mentioned that.
It
But
was you and your special abilities, eh? Maybe a little bit of both, eh?
No.
either way, we're out one elemental dagger, but we got the job done.
Yeah.
And
That's
now,
a price to pay for the help of 4 dragons, eh?
yes, and now Blackwind won't be able to take those bodies, which will lessen his numbers significantly. And we are in.
That was brilliant, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you guys are just like a little bit outside Candlekeep.
And we are in the most wonderful place I could ever imagine being.
You're going to steal some books, aren't you?
I don't steal. I just. Oh my gosh, I could.
Absorb? Is that the word you were about to say, eh?
I don't think I should absorb the world's largest library, but I should.
Please
maybe
do.
not.
It'd be hilarious.
Maybe just some research would do. I
All right.
still have some plans.
We'll figure out how to get him out of here eventually. We knock him out or something. But for now, let's go talk to the scholar. It's probably slightly less dangerous than what we just did. Eh?
So
we didn't even do a lot.
there are a number of people in scholarly robes kind of milling about this place. Some are carrying large stacks of books. People are going in and out of this massive spire that just has windows spiraling upwards. It's pretty clear where the name comes from. It almost looks like an enormous tall candle.
So, and I'm saying this incredibly sarcastically, I can't see a single thing on how this could possibly go wrong.
We are here to gather information, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a town.
Find out what we can find out. Then we go see the paladin and get what they can do for help, eh?
Absolutely.
I
So
think maybe here our little bookworm, he shine pretty bright, eh?
Yep. I think I'll find everything I need right here.
I'm sure you will, but first maybe you wipe that little bit of drool, eh?
and a man in wizard's robes with a monocle carrying a bunch of books walks past you all and then stops and then walks back and looks. Penitent Wright?
Yes.
I have to serve you 635 absentee slips. And that's where we will end today.
You've been truant, young man.
Was I in school?
Oh,
Are we about to learn? No, I can't miss next week now. Did this to
I mean, seriously, hold on. Is he going to stop, saving a part of the world for the sake of a jury summons or whatever this is? I don't know. We'll find out next week on Too Many Warlocks.
Penn's gonna get me.
So that's an
Thank
episode.
you so much.
That was an episode that just happened there.
everyone for joining us today for Too Many Warlocks. Please be sure to follow on the down there part. Check out our Discord. Like us on Facebook. And if you miss episodes, don't worry, you can catch up on them both on Twitch and on our YouTube page and on SoundCloud. They're all over the place. Tune in next week for more of Team Mom and also Too Many Warlocks. What's going to happen to Penn? He has to be absent next week, so maybe other stuff's going to happen. Maybe 50-50. We'll see what happens.
Just leave him in the library. I'm sure he won't complain.
Yeah, we'll just leave him in the library.
I mean, I know seriously, this is going to be some sort of ethereal accord. This is going to be, I mean, the possibilities are endless, but either way, it's very, very convenient.
There's stuff to happen. I am a very lucky dungeon master. All of the fine people that you see here are content creators in their own right. All of them make things that you can watch on various mediums available on the internets, and they will tell you about them now. Thusly, can I have a volunteer?
Woo.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Noctum Sky on YouTube. We've been playing Ritual of the Moon. Playing is a strong word, but it's a very interesting game. So go check that out. I do that, try to get that done daily, but weird. But on Twitch, I'm practically streaming every day at this point. A lot of Minecraft, a little bit of Overwatch, hither and dither and whatnot. But I will not be here next week, so we'll find out. Anyway,
we'll see what happens. All right, next.
Mine's easy because I'm still milking one I did 2 weeks ago. I've been busy building our upcoming Deadlands campaign and haven't gotten around to doing any weekly videos yet. So we'll do that instead. At some point in August, we will begin a new campaign of Deadlands.
Yes, look for Deadlands coming in August.
That is on my website,
Yes.
or is on my YouTube channel, so you can see the basic rule outline and the alternate history that constitutes the world we'll be playing.
Those Deadlands videos are very popular in the Deadlands communities.
Okay. Yeah, they're doing quite well. Thank you.
All right, and what is going on with Roll for Initiative?
We've got 2 more videos this week, a painting tutorial and then a what we're excited about for Gen Con. Because Gen Con!
Gen Con is coming. Who's going to be at Gen Con? Why, our very own Keith Tea Leaf is going to be at Gen Con. And if you watch the other show, you can find Kashano at Gen Con, and you could also find Gilbetta at Gen Con as well. And also, Richard launched his own blog recently, and he's going to tell us all about it now.
Yeah. So basically, I will still be trying to post to the website.
Mm-hmm.
That's the very key important thing I have to get through first. But really, it's a blog about it's called The Scarred Adventure. It's going to be about all the characters I play, some of their memoirs, their stories, what you do and don't know about them, as well as some crazy stuff like some fun what I'm going to be calling fantasy recipes. And I'm sorry, there's some that I found. I'm going to try them out, tell you how they went, as well as actually making a couple and sending them your way, including one I made recently called Halfling Chicken Patty Delights.
Okay. I'm going to talk to you more about this later because I have ideas. And
I have concerns, Mercy.
I am so happy about this because when we were at RPG-a-thon, I was gently prodding Richard to go make his own blog. And I'm so proud.
Yes. In fact, just to let you know, the blog is called The Scarred Adventurer at .blogspot.com. Yes, I don't have my own URL yet. It will be soon.
Those things come with time. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Be sure to like and follow. We are still taking donations with Extra Life and the Children's Miracle Network, so you can find those links in descriptions in various places. We'll post them up. And until next time, folks, class dismissed.
Thank you also, Buck.